quiz of the year. The show that takes 2014, throws a bucket of ice-cold water over it, crashes it into a comet and then fracks it right in the shale hole. The Big Fat Quiz is basically a traditional excuse for you not to talk to your family for 2 hours. You're welcome, Britain. If you haven't seen the show before, then I can only assume you've spent the last 10 Christmases surrounded by a loving family, playing board games whilst eating chestnuts in front of a roaring fire. Well, where are they now, eh? As our regular viewers know, you can play along at home. So if you're new to the show, be sure to stick around right to the end when we give away £1 billion. Shh, don't tell me. Let's meet the teams. First up, from the Spice Girls, it's Mel B. And my God, Mel C's let herself go. Wait, no, it's Micky Flanigan. A Scottish funny man and a Geordie funny woman, so press the red button now for subtitles. It's Sarah Milligan and Kevin Bridges. And finally, one is an awkward, geeky comedian. The other's an awkward, geeky comedian with slightly different hair. It's Richard Ayoade and David Mitchell. David, Richard, I think we can all agree you're going to win tonight, so... Shall we even bother doing this?
That would certainly save time, yeah.
You could be runners-up. Kevin, Sarah, you happy with that?
Yeah, that's OK. I don't
OK, so you've won, you've come second. Are you happy to come last?
Do we have to be last? Why do we have to be last?
Oh, look, if you're going to be like that, we'll do the bloody quiz, fine.
Shall we try then, Mel?
Let's try not be last.
We're going to try.
All right,
Me and Mel have made a pact. We're going to try.
Yes.
Well, you should be fine. I think, Mel, you're going to be amazing, because we've got a music round. You'll be good on that. Micky, I'm afraid we don't have a petty theft round, so... There's nothing really for you. So, have you come up with a team name? David, Richard?
Now, I thought either Two Nasal Men...
Two Nasal Men, OK.
Yeah. Or David Mitchell's team. Yeah.
Are you confident you're going to win, Richard?
I think I mean, David is like a broadsheet newspaper. I mean, he is...
Well, in that I don't know any of the interesting news. I would like the team name to be Global Issues, because we want to raise awareness of global issues. If our team was called Global Issues, then people would be more aware of global issues. Particularly at Christmas, I think it's important that everyone's aware of global issues.
It's an excellent team name. Let's go with that.
What about David Mitchell's Global Issues?
That sounds like I've got some sort of problem with my testes.
Don't cheat yourself out of an excellent campaign, because we don't know yet about your testicles and you may need help globally.
Yeah. Micky, Mel, what do you think you're going to go for as a team name?
Because we don't get out very much, could we be Local Issues?
You've gone right behind my back. I thought we must be on the same team.
Well, you're not the first woman who said that to me.
What about Micky and Mel have got issues?
Yes.
No.
Men and Micky's issues.
No.
The big issues.
No.
Hot issues.
No.
Are you saying no?
Why do we just call ourselves the It's?
Yes, that's the obvious thing. Yes, let's do that. Sure. Sarah, Kevin, do you have a team name?
I thought of mother and son. How old are you now?
28 years old.
Oh.
Is that biologically possible for you to be...
Where I'm from, yes.
Yes.
Right, let's get on with the quiz. The first round is all about the biggest news headlines of the year. In January, flooding devastated the south coast of Britain. It was terrible. I saw a woman on the news in a flooded kitchen crying. I thought, crying's not helping. In the phone hacking trial, Rebecca Brooks was found not guilty. During the trial, her husband, Charlie Brooks, said he threw a laptop computer away not to destroy evidence, but because it had lesbian porn on it and he didn't want to be humiliated. Charlie, you shagged Rebecca Brooks. That ship has sailed. Russia sent peacekeepers to Crimea. Peacekeepers as in, see this piece of land? We're bloody keeping it. That is how Russians talk. can I just pick up on the body language in the Micky Mel camp, which is... I don't know what's happened, but it looks like it's gone badly over there. What's...
Well, because I did like him, and I thought
No,
we
you
were
didn't.
team
You never
players.
liked me.
Yeah,
You've
well,
always
not like
played
that.
me along like some broken harp.
Can I turn round now?
Oh, here we go, see. Trying to get round me
Just
now.
make-up. Get on with it, get over it, get your balls back.
Where did you put his balls?
Cut them off a little bit.
OK, of course, it wouldn't be a quiz without questions. Should we kick off with the questions? Come, OK. So for our first question, it's over to the one and only Michael Palin.
Hello, Jimmy. Now, the big news that dominated the summer was obviously the Monty Python reunion, but there was also the small matter of the Scottish referendum. After the result, David Cameron got into trouble when he was overheard discussing a phone call he'd had with the Queen. But how did he describe her reaction?
So Michael Palin wants to know how the Queen reacted to a phone call from David Cameron telling her that Scotland had decided that we could, after all, take their freedom.
I think she made an animal noise.
I think you have to write it down.
Oh, go on, you've got to write it down. Don't tell them what the answer
yeah.
is, for Christ's sake.
It's not really a television programme, this. It's more like an exam.
OK, so next question.
Go down.
This year, what was blamed on either a military coup, an addiction to Emmental cheese, or a Cuban high-heel accident?
Oh, I know this one.
Do you want to write it down?
Yep.
Rather than saying it out loud.
I'm really confused.
You're really confused?
Very confused.
You used to be in the Spice Girls, you're now on X Factor, and somehow it's led you to this. I can only apologise.
So, why is he eating a banana? Sorry, that's really confusing too.
This quiz is a marathon.
He's right. He's right.
You need to keep your energy up or you're going to flag in the last quarter. Have you got Lucasade?
I've got peppermint tea and a Diet Coke.
You're out of your
I am
mind,
used to-
Mel B. I'll see your ass at the end. I'll see your ass in pieces at the end. I'm going to be fully tanked up, quipping right till the final adverts.
You are a little bit weird.
That has never been said to me before. I'm not even going to finish this now. I'm going to put it back under the desk and top up in half an hour.
Tactics, Mel B, tactics. If you've seen Big Fat Quiz before, you'll know that every year the children of Mitchellbrook Primary School in Neasden put on a rather unconventional school play. What news story are they acting out here?
Look how many cars I have! You're so rich. You're under arrest! Oh, no! You have been very naughty. Okay, would you like some money? You are free to go.
Pretty adorable. So what news story were they acting out there? OK.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got it? Yeah.
I've got that slow-release energy, Jimmy.
Sure.
Someone once told me that if you eat 2 bananas in a row and then run around,
Yeah.
you die. So, it doesn't seem likely, but I've never done it, just in case.
So for the next question, take a look at this deliriously happy woman. What is she so excited about? Take a look.
Oh, I just am so happy. It's just wonderful. It's just unbelievable. We've waited so long, and how it's happening.
So what's she so deliriously happy about?
That she waited so long and now it's happening.
You're going to need to be slightly more specific than that. It's a very good answer. Did you get that, Micky?
Yeah, I've watched it, yeah.
You watch it? Oh, yeah, it's pretty tremendous. OK.
Yeah.
All right. OK, last question in this round. This year, same-sex marriage was finally legalised in England, Scotland and Wales, but what phenomena did the then UKIP councillor David Sylvester blame on the new legislation? What's happened, Micky? You all right?
He can't spell.
Jesus.
He can't spell?
I can spell. You did
It's
that.
like you're a 3-year-old.
Trouble in paradise. OK, let's get some answers straight away. OK, so first up, Michael Palin asked you how David Cameron described the Queen's reaction to the Scottish referendum result. What did you get, Kevin?
Well, Sarah wrote she purred. The Queen purred. But I don't know how do you purr? I can meow, but...
Pop. Did you say pop?
No, I said she purred. Like...
Do you mean heard?
No, I mean purred.
So you think she should have meowed?
Well,
That would be weird for the Queen to do.
I'm impressed by her range, is what I'm trying to say.
The monkey one would have been good, like a like that.
Kevin, what did you make of the vote for independence?
Well, it's kind of like you don't want to move out your mum and dad's house, but you want Sky in your bedroom. So, we want a lot. I never knew there was as much love. Everybody was pleading for Scotland to stay. So I reckon we should have had an English referendum on Scottish independence first, and that would have helped people in Scotland make their minds up. Like, if you want us to stay, we're going. And if you want us to fuck off, we're staying.
Were you pleased that Scotland stayed, Mel?
Don't really care.
It would have been good, though, if they got independence, because it's one more place we could have got duty-free.
Richard and David, what did you get on this?
He purred, then coughed up a hairball, and then made a low hacking sound.
OK, so everyone gets a point on that. Fabulous. OK, I asked you what was blamed on a military coup, a cheese addiction or a Cuban heels accident. Did anyone get this? What did you put, David and Richard?
Kim Jong-un's disappearance. Yeah. But then he reappeared again.
I mean, he didn't disappear, like, in a flash. Like...
We don't know how he disappeared, because we weren't looking at him when he disappeared. He was just generally around, lots of pictures of him, inspecting troops, smiling. Then suddenly he wasn't. And then he was again.
Cool. Kevin, Sarah, did you know this?
Can you see these answers on the screen?
Oh, sorry, am I getting in the way?
No. Just because
Can you see these answers? Can you see these fucking answers?
I think that's a fair point Kevin makes, that you make us write it down, and then you refuse to read it out yourself. The exam board in the country was, oh, well, thanks very much for the exam papers. We're not going to mark them, but we will listen while you read them out.
So initially you write it down, and then a
set
couple
this
of
out.
minutes later you tell me what you've written down.
But why don't we just remember it and then tell you? I don't feel I need to write this down. It's in there, man.
But then it wouldn't make any sense because you just go, yeah, no, I got that. Once I ask one of you, the other two teams to go, yeah, we got that.
All right, so it's there for the evidence.
That's it's evidence.
One thing that really annoys me is that you can't erase it. You have to scribble over it and then rewrite over the erased thing that you can't erase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
We've been asking for an eraser on this show since the
testicles.
noughties.
Thank you.
So, Kim Jong-un disappeared for 40 days, and then he reappeared.
Probably went to a yoga retreat or something.
Wasn't it? Didn't they call it personal discomfort? Which is just thrush, isn't it?
Oh, those are those things, you get them in Greggs, don't you?
Are they
Those are like
yum-yums?
Yum-yums, yeah. I didn't know there was a Greggs factory in North Korea.
I didn't know you'd ever been in a Greggs, David. Well done.
No, well, I was briefly researching being a normal human.
I think, in fairness to David Mitchell, he was in a Gregory's. OK, points all round on that one. OK, next up, the children of Mitchellbrook Primary School were acting out a news story from the last year. What did you get on this, Micky?
I put down that it was to do with the Formula 1 scandal.
Kevin, did you get this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bernie Eck, I've wrote there, ECC.
ECC.
Is this going to happen the whole time, Jimmy?
No, that's it. That's it, I'm done. But
I can change my accent if you want. I can just answer like this, if that's OK. No, it's just a character act I put on. It just makes me sound...
I'm not understanding now.
No, this says Bernie Eccleston.
did you get this, David and Richard?
Yes, we did, yes.
He looks like he should be driving a normal man from the inside.
It must be hard to convict a man just peeping over the top, though.
I didn't do nothing. Let me go.
Give you some money. I've got loads. I'm standing on a box, you know.
OK, so points all round on that. OK, I showed you a clip of the happiest woman ever. Why was she so excited?
Is this because she was probed? She was probed by somebody called Rosetta. Is that about right?
That's... you get points for that. It's not exactly right. David and Richard, were you watching this story?
This is the filet lander.
This is exactly
landed
it.
on a comet, and she was pleased that it landed on the comet because it landed more or less as they... Well, it sort of fell over and then into a shadow, and now its batteries ran out. But basically, it was successful, and she was pleased.
She was over the moon, yeah.
It was well over the moon, Jimmy. The moon, that was years ago. No, this is a comet. Yeah. The moon, that's 1969, I think. You know, if she wasn't over that, what sort of a loser would she be?
The probe landed on the comet. It took 10 years to get there, and it landed, and the scientists went absolutely bonkers. Imagine what they're going to do if they ever see a tit.
That was a professor of planetary and space science, Monica Grady, CBE, celebrating the Philae lander landing on Comet 67P. Everyone gets a point there. I finally asked you what phenomenon the then UKIP councillor David Sylvester blamed on same-sex marriage. What do you think?
The floods.
What do you think, Micky?
Yeah, he said that gay marriage being allowed had caused God to go, right, that's it, you're all going to be wet for a little while. Also, if this really was true, surely drought areas, they would just send a gay pride march through, wouldn't they?
To be fair, his garden looks lovely. If that's his garden, it looks really lovely. So if it is true, he should be grateful.
David, Richard, did you get this?
He said the bad weather, yeah. And his gout.
We presumed he has gout. He looks like he eats a lot of game.
For legal reasons, I have to say, he is a fat fella, isn't he?
As terrible as it was, though, you know, during the floods, no matter how bad it got, there was a little part you're thinking, I'd love to be able to roll down the shops. Just for a little while you're jealous, and you're thinking, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
I always get annoyed with the guy.
Post office.
Don't you get annoyed with the guy? Because there's always a guy on the news in a canoe going, oh, have you not got a canoe?
Yeah.
Where's he going? Boots? It's not open, mate. There's been a flood.
What?
Is that...
Let's talk about this.
I was rowing. I was rowing a canoe.
What you look like was you were in a very narrow aisle on Supermarket Sweep.
So at the end of that first round, everyone's got maximum points. You've all got 5. That's it for part 1. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. This round is all about the music of the last 12 months. Kate Bush triumphantly returned to the stage after a 35-year absence. For those of you too young to remember, Bush was very big in the 70s. Cheryl Cole changed her name to Cheryl Fernandez Versini, finally putting her first marriage behind her. Cheryl can now get back to doing what she does best, tearfully hugging terrible singers. Too harsh, not harsh enough. Simon Cowell became a father this year. Simon reportedly told the baby, I've been waiting all my life for you, before Cheryl added, You've got star quality, and Louis Walsh compared him to a young Ronan Keating. Carl named the baby Eric before pairing him with another baby because he just felt they looked right together.
That was nice.
It was all right, wasn't it?
No, keep it moving. Let's go.
You've upset her now. You upset her, you upset me. All right? Let's go. Let's go, Jim. Chip shop will be shut.
Time for some more questions. For our next question, it's over to Olympic heartthrob Tom Daly.
Hi, Jimmy. Now, diving involves lots of weird and wonderful terminology. There are flat hand grabs, the pike, and balks, to name but a few. But what unusual phrase did Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow use to announce their separation in March this year?
OK, so how did Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin describe their separation?
Yeah? Is your mate? Yeah. Oh, I'm going with you. Oh.
You have to write it down so you can see it.
Yes.
It's a very strange phrase.
OK. Dolly Parton drew one of the biggest crowds ever seen at Glastonbury, with over 100,000 people seeing her performance. What I want to know is, what did she play on the rhinestone-studded saxophone that wowed the crowds? Guess a saxophone song.
Saxophones can't sing.
Oh, yes, they can.
No, they can't. Singing is the verb for the human musical noises that have words in them.
Well, OK, I'd like to formally apologise.
A saxophone song, then you must have had a talking saxophone, in which case, fucking hell, let's give up on this. There's a talking saxophone in the world.
Oh, thanks, man. Time for our next question, and to ask it, it's only the bloody in-betweeners.
All right, Jimmy.
Hello, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
Bumder.
We had a good year this year, but which singer who rose to fame this year has a first name that's the Cuban slang for clunge and a second name that's the German word for sausage?
So the in-betweeners want to know whose name is clunge sausage.
What does clunge
It's a term
mean?
for the vajayjay or the fufu. your front bum.
I've never heard of that word. Have you heard
Peachy
that
pocket?
word, clunge?
Yes.
That sounds awful.
It sounds like the noise that something makes when it goes in.
No, I'm with you, sir. Like a Wellington being pulled out of mud.
Yeah.
Have you ever used the word clunge? Oh, my clunge. Right?
Yes, numerous times.
I would never.
Get out me clunge. That's a good one. Get out me clunge.
So you're just referring to that you have a clunge?
No, I don't have a clunge, I have a clunge plunger.
That is the correct terminology, I believe, yes. In November, Bob Geldof released a new version of Do They Know It's Christmas to raise money for Ebola. The lyric, well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you, was changed. What I want to know is, what was it changed to?
Today.
Aren't you meant to write the answer down, not just say
No,
it?
we've got it. I'm giving you a clue.
Oh, what's the clue?
Well, Jimmy, this is unacceptable. This is racism. I'm being racially abused here.
You can't fall out with everyone, Mel.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
OK. For the final question, it's over to our roving reporter, Jon Snow, who's reporting on one of the biggest songs of the year. But what is it? Over to you, John.
A 20-year-old woman from Massachusetts has been diagnosed with a rare medical condition, leaving her unable to recognise high-pitched sounds. Doctors have dismissed the woman's claims that the condition is linked to her body mass index, but conceded that she does indeed have the boom-boom that all the boys chase, and all the junk in the right places. In a statement issued earlier to the skinny bitches, the victim stressed that although she was indeed bringing booty back, she wished to assure them that they too were perfect from the bottom to the top.
Thank you, John. Mel, you look confused. You've just got to write down the song he's talking about there.
This is your area now.
There's like a few booty songs out there.
Well, this is one of them.
There's lots of them.
I was having trouble. Which of the booty songs is it? I was asking myself.
Well, don't mention it. Just write down the one you think it might be.
Well, booty.
How does it go?
Big booty, yeah, I got a big booty, work, big booty. Why am I even singing?
I was going to say something there that would have
Shut
landed
up.
me in Hollywood. I was so close and I didn't feel we were comfortable enough yet to say. OK, right, let's get some answers. You all got something written down?
Yes.
Yeah.
OK, all right. So Tom Daly asked you what unusual turn of phrase Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow used to describe their split. Kevin, Sarah, what have you put?
Genital disconnection or conscious uncoupling or unconscious coupling, but that feels wrong, doesn't it?
Unconscious coupling could get you in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it's not that then.
Let's not even talk about that.
I think it's conscious uncoupling, but genital disconnection's like more immediate. Like just when you're just get out me clunge like that.
That's how they should have announced it. They should have said we're... Because it's the most pretentious thing they possibly could have said, conscious uncoupling. They should have followed it up with a...
Sound effects for porn films. Yeah.
No.
There's a bigger one. That is an amazing clown hall.
Thanks.
What do you get, David, Richard?
Yeah, consciously uncoupling, which does sound like something a sentient train would do.
Micky, Mel, did you get this?
Yeah. One went vegan and the other one didn't, so they split. It's really obvious.
Can you imagine how happy the kids were, though, once they broke up? Yes, Nando's at last.
I can't give you a point for that because it's wrong. Sarah, Kevin, you get a point. David, Richard, you get a point. So, what did Dolly Parton play on the rhinestone-studded saxophone at Glastonbury?
We came up with an answer that we are equally responsible for.
Yes.
Which is 9 to 5.
What a little bitch.
OK, I can tell you that is the wrong answer. Kevin, Sarah?
The Benny Hill theme.
You guys, did you get this as well? It was Yakety Sax, best known as the theme from Benny Hill, and she played it in Glastonbury. Take a look.
I thought, well, I wanted to do something to impress you. So I put the stones all over this. And now let me see if I can do the rest. You ready? All right.
And the crowd went absolutely wild. That's testament to how powerful the drugs were at Glastonbury this year. And they went, this is good. So the in-betweeners asked you, whose name can literally be translated to clunge sausage? What did you write?
I wrote this.
Go on. Go on.
I just seem to have some recollection of the chap with the beard in the Eurovision Song Contest saying there was some sort of play on words of his name.
Kevin, Sarah, did you know this?
This is Conchita sausage. No, Conchita Wurst is apparently German for sausage. Ita implies small, so it means like small clunge sausage.
Like a clungette.
A mini.
Oh.
A clungette. Very dainty. David, Richard?
Yeah, we'd put the same thing.
Yeah. We just went with truth.
Yeah.
Okay, the answer is Conchita Wurst. David, you've got a beard. Have you ever considered growing your hair out?
Well, my hair is quite long at the moment. Yeah.
You should really think about getting extensions, because it would look terrific on you.
Thank you.
I asked you what the lyric in Do They Know It's Christmas was changed to. Did you get this?
I thought it was, thank God tonight it's just the flu.
Kevin, Sarah, did you know this?
It's a reaching out and touching like a reaching out and touching you, or reaching out and touching your Ebola.
It is reaching out and touching you. Well, tonight we're reaching out and touching you, which if someone's got Ebola is a terrible idea.
It's like literally the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
It's literally the worst thing you can do. But, I mean, they're recommending it in a song, so fuck it, let's do it. Reaching out and touching your Ebola. That's our answer.
Tonight. The song was more about raising money than to be a sort of treating Ebola mnemonic.
But still, they could have said reaching out and, like, touching, like, near you. Reaching out and sort of...
Tonight we're raising money.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
What's that?
Raising money, but physically distancing ourselves from you because, for fuck's sake, you've got Ebola.
It's not as catchy what you just said, though, is it? It's not as... I couldn't say them all.
I'll tell you what's catchy, Ebola.
What did you put?
I've got a brand new combine harvester.
Sorry, so can I just... So you thought the lyric, well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you, was changed to...
I've got a brand new combine harvester.
He's a plagiarist.
That really feels like they're rubbing it in.
It's absolutely fine. You're so sensitive about these issues of taste and decency, Jimmy. It's absolutely fine. If it was about a famine campaign, yes, it would be insensitive to mention a combine harvester. Yeah. When it's a disease, it's fine. It's just chit-chat. No, genuinely, the lyric they replaced, thank God it's them instead of you, I thought was the most honest lyric in the whole song, because that's exactly what everyone in the West thinks about the fucked parts of the world, global issues. We think, thank God the global issues tend to happen abroad.
Finally, you saw Jon Snow reporting on a smash hit of the year. What did you think it was?
Well, I said it was the Buoy song from J-Lo. And you agreed, didn't you?
You thought it was J-Lo's...
Because you know that song, don't you?
I've got the album.
Yeah.
I've got it at the car boot yourself.
Kevin, Sarah, did you...
All about the bass. No, the bass. All about the bass. It was called...
Meghan Trainor, All About the Bass, is the right answer. David, did you get this? You're a big pop music guy.
I didn't contribute to this answer. Richard wrote this.
I wrote this in collaboration with Ben Elton.
What did you write?
Bass song that widens the parameters for objectification. Thank you.
Is Jon Snow actually going to release that the way he said it there? Because I'd buy that, because he was awesome.
Well, if you want to see awesome, check him dancing to it.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, yeah, it's pretty cool. I ain't no size, but I can show it like I'm supposed to. I got my ball now, the boy shakes. I'm on the right place. I see the man.
Jon Snow. The bootylicious Jon Snow there. OK, let's see what that's done to the scores. I can tell you Micky and Mel have 6 points. Kevin and Sarah have 10 points. David and Richard have 8. See you after the break. Welcome back to the big fat quiz of the year. This round is all about the year's television. Kylie Minogue replaced Jessie J on The Voice. The Voice's USP is that the judges don't see you when you're auditioning. And then, in a weird twist, after you've won it, the public don't see you either. Peter Capaldi became the new Doctor Who. I watched the whole series, and to be honest, it was just nice to see an old Scottish man in a phone box who wasn't urinating.
I'll take that. We invented the phone, so we're entitled to use the phone box for whatever reason we see fit. If you invent something, Jimmy, you can piss on it. That's the rules.
Look at James Dyson.
Chris Packham criticised Ant and Dec for allowing the killing of creepy crawlies on I'm a Celebrity and said they were misunderstood. Of course they were misunderstood. They're both Geordies. Let's remind ourselves what we watched this year.
Time to go and be Sherlock Holmes.
Monster Monster?
No.
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Good night and goodbye.
Fucking idiot! You can't hit me. I'm a child.
You're right. But he can.
Awesome. OK. Question time. First up, James Turner Street was all over the news in January this year. Why? OK. Don't say the answer, Kevin.
OK. I'm not going to say the answer.
Oh, well, don't incentivise him, Sarah.
I'm not spank your bottom.
I don't want to give anybody else a benefit here.
OK. You got something, Mickey? Have you got something for this?
Yes.
All right, aces, OK. Next question. After Top Gear were thrown out of Argentina for displaying an offensive number plate, the Argentinian police found another number plate in Clarkson's car. What did the second number plate say? So the first number plate was H982FKL, which people thought was a reference to the Falklands War in 1982. There was a second number plate found in the boot of the car. What did it say?
Can I ask an audience member?
No.
Oh.
For our next question, it's over to the Queen of King's Landing, Game of Thrones star, Natalie Dormer.
Hello, Jimmy. On the set of Game of Thrones, I'm used to some pretty high-end drama, but that's nothing compared to what unfolded on the Great British Bake Off. This 31-year-old bearded hipster, Ian Waters, was voted off in controversial circumstances, but what did he do?
That was Natalie Dormer there. If I'm honest, I didn't hear anything she said. So Natalie wants to know what Ian Waters did to get voted off this year's Great British Bake Off. At this year's Oscars, Ellen DeGeneres and Bradley Cooper took this selfie that became the most retweeted picture ever. OK? Here's the same shot from behind. So this was while they were taking that selfie. What I want to know is, who missed out on being in the photo? OK, write down your answers. Kevin Bridges, write down your answer.
Yes.
Do not say it out loud.
OK, I will not say...
No clues.
John Terry, was it?
Don't give it away! Mel?
Yeah.
I guess you guys have made up, have you?
I knew I'd win her over in the end.
What was going on there?
No, I didn't want to say move, so I just leaned over to really get a look.
Well, I don't think we
I
could...
know the answer. You wait and see.
OK. Posh period drama Downton Abbey returned to our screens in September, but we were all devastated when the Downton dog sadly died. What was its rather unfortunate name? What was the Downton dog called? I don't want to get in your head, Mel. Richard's eating another... Well,
I know. I think it's the way that you're eating it is, like, kind of disturbing.
I think it's just because I'm very sexual.
Let's not go any further down this road. I think I know where this... OK. Ready for some answers?
Yes.
OK. I asked you why James Turner Street caused such controversy earlier in the year. What did you all think?
Benefit Street, the show. It was dubbed poverty porn. That's what they call it, no?
Right, yeah, no, I think they did, yeah.
Did people wank after that then?
Benefit Street would be a challenging wank for...
I think you could do it, Jimmy. I believe in you, Flower.
I probably could. Thank you. Did you get this as well, David and Richard?
Yes.
Featured in Benefit Street.
Benefit Street, or as we like to call it, Memory Lane.
It was, of course, that it was the location for the controversial documentary series Benefit Street. I asked you what the second number plate found in Jeremy Clarkson's car said. What did you all think?
I just put down a random number plate.
That is the right answer, Mickey. You nailed it. No, it's not. It's not LX6 2CW.
You're joking. Has he changed his car?
David, Richard, did you...
We didn't know, so we wrote that, which is it was an amusing number plate that might exist, which would be B008LES, which would spell boobless nearly, but you'd need another S, and we thought it could be provided by an S Sweden sticker.
Kevin, Sarah?
BE11 end, which it could be perceived as saying bell end.
Bell end is exactly the right answer. Yeah, you get a point for that. You guys don't get points.
Oh.
OK, next up, the beautiful Natalie Dormer asked you what Ian Watters did that got him voted off the Great British Bake Off. What have you written?
I think he sort of chucked it or something all over Mary Berry. He went, have that, you bitch.
Chucked cake is... I think I may give you that. Did you get this?
Well, I wrote put his pudding in the bin, and Kevin changed it to pulled his pudding, because is that a reference to masturbation, Kevin?
Well, it's terrible when your mum pulls you up on this stuff, isn't it?
I didn't pull him.
Well, it's also good for the programme, at least once, to have some sexual innuendo in it. Not all the time, but just at one point in the 2 hours. Something a little bit saucy.
David, Richard.
Well, we put baked Alaska bin.
I think you all get a... Well, let's take a look.
Where's my ice cream?
It's here. Sorry, Ian. Well, you've got your own freezer, haven't you?
This is all melted.
Okay, all right. So let's think about how we're going to present that. That's not okay.
I got a certain suggestion.
Oh. No. You got...
They could have got it back out the bin. I'd eaten it out of the bin.
Have you ever eaten anything out of a bin?
I ate a croissant out of a bin once. But I told my friend and she went, ooh, croissant.
So who didn't quite make it into the Oscar selfie? What did you think, Mickey, Mel?
Elton. Elton's at every party, isn't he? So it was a long shot. We just thought he would have turned up.
You thought that was Elton at the back there?
Liza Minnelli.
Well, you know how you got to write down the right answer. Kevin, Sarah, what's your answer?
We wrote down Liza Minnelli.
Well, you didn't. You wrote down Liza My Nelly.
I just thought I'd get my arse in it somehow.
David, Richard, did you get this?
We kind of thought of short people, and we thought, gosh, that would be amusing, wouldn't it? Because these short people are hard to see when there are larger objects in front of them. It's just constantly amusing to me. And two short people we thought of were Bernie Ecclestone, which was also a kind of back reference, and then we put Liza Minnelli. We just thought
Liza Minnelli, I'm going to give you a point. You both get points for that. That's Liza Minnelli. Let's take a look. So, yeah, there she is. And finally, I asked you what was the name of the dearly departed Downton dog. What did you put?
We knew this one. ISIS dog.
Yes, ISIS. I would have accepted Islamic State or ISIL. Kevin, Sarah?
Al. The dog's name was Al. Al-Qaeda. No, and then we put ISIS.
David, Richard, did you get this?
We put ISIS.
OK, so points all round on that one. OK, now it's time for a special bonus round about films. I'm going to show you pictures from 3 of the biggest movies of the year, which have been subtly improved. All I want you to do is tell me what are the films. So here's the first one. That is the sex tape that me and Sarah made, which is...
That's why I look so disgusted in the picture.
I'll show you the second one. David and I had summer jobs. So what film is that from? Third one? Yeah. It's good that I don't look too happy about that. Hours in makeup. I'd have my hair done special.
Maybe, yeah.
OK, have you all got 3 answers?
Yeah.
Well, let's have a look. Yeah, so the first one...
Interstellar.
There's no one green in Interstellar.
My TV's going, that's what it is.
What do you think the second one was?
Pink Panther.
And what was the third one?
We decided that was the Wicked Witch. Which, some of you may not have seen, it's just come out last night.
David and Sarah, what did you get?
Well, the first one's got galaxy in the name, but I can't remember, but it's got a dancing tree. The second one is, I think it's the Grand Budapest Hotel. And then the third one is all pornography.
David, Richard, you seem to have nailed this one. What have you got?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
So, Guardians of the Galaxy, here's how it should have looked.
Yeah. Grand Budapest Hotel.
Grand Budapest Hotel. Fair enough.
Maleficent.
And Maleficent.
That was it.
Well, we just said.
But it was there. It was there.
No, it wasn't. Micky, that's not the answer, mate.
It is, Jim.
OK. Well, let's have a look and see what that's done to the scores. Micky and Mel have 9 points. David and Richard have 15. Out in the lead, it's Kevin and Sarah with 17 points. Time to take a break. See you in a few minutes. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. This round is all about the internet. The Queen's first ever tweet was about the Science Museum. The next 90 were pictures of the corgis looking cute, a selfie of a stamp, and attempts to troll Fergie. An American man live tweeted that he'd been trapped in a Waterstones after staff accidentally locked him in. Must have been so boring. I've no idea how he kept himself occupied. I just hope he had YouTube on his phone. For the younger viewers, a Waterstones is like a really big Kindle that you can walk around. Robbie Williams videoed himself singing various songs to his wife during her labour. And if you're wondering what he opened with, I think it was some forceps. It's all right. OK, you ready for some big fat questions?
Yeah.
Of course you are. OK. Take a look at this clip of Bono. What I want to know is, what is he apologising for?
Oops. I'm sorry about that. I had this beautiful idea. Mona got carried away with themselves. Artists are prone to that kind of thing. Drop of megalomania, touch of generosity, a dash of self-promotion, and deep fear.
Are you all right there, Micky?
You know, it's like knobhead lessons, isn't it? Expert, you know, it's like... Say sorry, mate.
OK. For our next question, it's over to the one and only Lily Allen.
Hello, Jimmy. Now, I have dealt with my fair share of online haters, but nothing compared to poor old Dongwen, who withdrew from public life after he was accused of creating something almost as addictive as crack and distracting the children of the world. But what was it that he had created?
OK, so what did Dong Wen create?
This was methamphetamine. Almost as addictive as crack.
It was not methamphetamine, I can tell you that. OK, so what did Dong Wen create? Crowdfunding website Kickstarter continued to finance projects of budding entrepreneurs, but what unassuming project raised an unexpected $55,000 this year?
Angry Bird. Aww. What's that over there?
Sarah has thought of something filthy, it would appear.
Just laughing at Kevin. It's what he's for. What a good way. That sounds really good.
Yeah, it's what he's for. It's all he's bloody good for. Laughing at. Fair enough, that is his job. OK. This is Japanese politician Ryutaru Nonomura being questioned about his expenses in a press conference. His reaction to the questioning went viral. What was so unusual about it?
Yeah.
Are you planning to take over the world? That laugh suggests that you're maybe planning to do something evil.
No.
OK, what internet fad did Charlie Sheen do with $10,000, Matt Damon do with toilet water, and Patrick Stewart replace with a glass of whiskey? So what did Charlie Sheen do with $10,000, Matt Damon do with toilet water, and Patrick Stewart replace with a glass of whiskey? OK, have you got the answers? Kevin, Sarah, you got...
Yeah.
Yeah. OK. Richard, David, you got answers?
Yes, thank
you. You saw a clip of Bono apologising. What was he apologising for?
Because they basically put their album onto everybody's iPhone for free. That's what I... Because I woke up in the morning and I just thought, man, I'm not going in today. I just saved myself £7.20.
What did you think it was a good idea, Mel?
I thought it was a great idea.
Yeah, I didn't think you was allowed to put shit through people's letterboxes.
Kevin, Sarah, do you get this?
Yeah. Forced. Underlined the word forced as well. Forced his album.
Have you written, hi, Jimmy, and then drawn a dick?
Oh, they're separate.
No, they're separate, man. Hi, Jimmy.
Paranoid,
Just
aren't
hi,
you?
Jimmy.
Bloody hell.
There happens to be a dick there as well.
David and Richard, do you get this?
I mean, what he says would apply to a new aftershave.
A little dash of whatever it was, self-importance, a bit of a flavour of self-promotion, little scent of guff, you know. His new aftershave. He must have an aftershave.
He's got dog food, hasn't he?
Bono has not got dog food. That's Bonio, and you know that's Bonio. OK, so the free download of his album is the right answer. Apple uploaded U2's album to everyone's iTunes account, whether they wanted it or not. Next question. Lily Allen asked you what Dong Wen created that distracted the children of the world. What do you think?
Well, we went a bit old school. I think we might be a bit out of whack. But,
Well, because I was saying Bejeweled, it's something like Bejeweled, and then you said that new version is Angry Birds.
No, I said Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird?
Yeah, Angry Bird is quite old, isn't it?
I don't know, because I don't
Don't
play
say the
those
Angry
things.
Bird is quite old, Micky. You are playing with fire. I think I'm tempted to give you a point there because you knew it. You knew it, Micky.
Yeah.
You knew it. You said Flappy Birds.
Yeah.
I knew it was a bird doing something.
OK, what did you get, David and Richard?
For this one,
yeah,
I had no idea for this one.
But you got...
Flappy chicken.
Well, I will give you that on the same basis that they got Angry Bird, you got Flappy Chicken.
Okay.
It's Flappy Bird.
Oh, right.
What did you get, Kevin?
Game, something, birds.
We knew it was something birds, and it was a game.
OK, you can all have a point with that. Dong Wen was the creator of Flappy Bird. He took the game off sale because he said, I don't need the attention. I don't need the hassle of
He didn't
operating
want
this
the
game.
attention,
Yeah.
and yet we bring it up. At the very point, he wants everyone to stop talking about it.
Who compared it to crack in terms of how addictive it is? Because surely you'd need somebody who's tried crack and played this game.
Can you imagine if it's genuinely more addictive than crack, that people who are addicted to crack forget to take crack because they're so keen to play this game? That would be brilliant. So I go, oh my God, I haven't eaten crack for 2 days. This guy has invented a cure for crack addiction, and now he's taking it off the market. Thanks very much, Mr. Flappy Bird.
OK. Next up, I asked you what unassuming project raised over $55,000 on Kickstarter. What did you all think?
Well, I didn't write this one.
OK.
We didn't have a clue, so Mel kept saying she wants a glass of wine, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to ask.
Can Mel have a wine?
Yeah.
So what did you get, David, Richard?
It's already crossed out on the thing, so I mean... I don't know, you read it out. I mean, I'm tired, I'm depressed, we're completely demoralised.
So you put a foot pedal operated cake bin.
Yeah.
OK, Kevin, Sarah, what did you get?
Potato salad.
That's the right answer.
How much did they raise?
He raised $55,000 for a potato salad. He used the money to hold a festival called Potato Stock 2014 with bands, food and potato salad, of course, to raise money for charity in the end. He thought we'd do something good with it. All right. So you saw a picture of a Japanese politician, Ryutaro Nonomura, being asked questions about his expenses. What was unusual about his reaction to the questioning?
Yeah, he was getting really upset and crying, from what I remember.
He
was quite something.
Yeah, he was crying, but as I remember, it looked like he was really trying to cry. And that he'd done something that was obviously wrong, and he was trying to seem upset about it so people might take pity on him.
I think he genuinely looked upset, but I mean, you can judge for yourselves in a second. Did you get this, Kevin, Sarah?
Yeah, either cries or he gets his cock out, because either would be unusual. You wanted unusual, that's unusual.
I normally do them both at the same time.
I have a very specific order I work in. OK, well, let's have a look, shall we? Let's treat ourselves.
You know what would have been really funny, Jim, if at the end that desk just fell in half?
OK, all right, so I think you all got that. Yeah, you all got that. Well done. OK, I asked you, what did Matt Damon do with toilet water, Patrick Stewart do with a glass of whiskey, and Charlie Sheen do with $10,000? What do you have?
The ice bucket thing.
And I did that.
Did you do that?
Freezing, yeah.
Kevin, Sarah, what did you do?
We've got Ice Bucket Challenge.
Lovely. David, Richard?
We also put
Ice bucket challenge.
Should we have a look at the greatest ever Ice Bucket Challenge? Take a look.
Water challenge. I nominate Marshall, Adam, Chantal. Look out. Fucking hell!
Nothing we say this evening will be as funny as that. So it's the part of the show where I introduce a mystery guest. All you have to do is guess who they are and how they made the news this year. You can only ask yes or no questions. So, ladies and gentlemen, my mystery guest. Very nice to have you here, isn't it? No, I don't want to say too much. You can ask you questions, yes or no questions only, and he will reveal afterwards how he made
yes
the
or no
news.
questions, yes and no, or questions to which the answer is yes or no.
Can I ask, did you win Eurovision?
No.
Is the thing that happened to you, or you did, a thing about which you are pleased?
Yes.
Did you create something very unique?
No.
Was it a protest sort of thing?
You're sort of on the right lines there. What, not deliberate, but yeah.
What do you mean, not deliberate?
Well, that's exactly what I mean. I'm not giving you any more clues. That's another
Like
question,
an
genius.
accidental protest.
Yes.
Did you get stuck in Waterstones? No, that could have been a protest against books.
Did you get sort of arrested for something? Yes.
Are you a criminal?
No.
Did this thing happen in Britain?
Yes. Did it involve someone quite high-ranking? Yes.
OK, I think you've asked enough questions. I think you need to write down what you think it might be.
I know that's guy. Are you a keen jogger?
Yeah.
Have you ever met the Prime Minister?
Kevin, you are the worst at this game.
C-A-M.
Oh, you're so shit. Next time, can I get somebody else's team, please?
OK, let's have a look and see what everyone wrote. OK, so, Micky and Mel, you've got...
He done Cameron, didn't he? Done Cameron. Done him. straight in, boss. Get over there, you posh bastard.
Sarah, what did you get?
Attempted to kill the Prime Minister.
Which sport? Attempted to kill with sport.
David, Richard, what did you get?
Jogged into David Cameron, the Prime Minister of here.
Should we take a look at you in action?
Yeah.
Well, we've got that on camera.
Excellent. OK, so tell us what happened. Who are you and what happened?
Well, my name's Dean Farley, and I ran into the Prime Minister.
Round of applause, I think. So what happened?
Well, I was running on my way to the gym. I tried to run around this bunch of men in suits.
Right. And then into
the Prime Minister, and then into the back of the police van.
So what kind of contact did you make? I mean, did you properly went over?
Well, that's probably about us.
Oh, well, so nothing really.
Was he quite firm?
No. The security guards are, though.
And then presumably they just went, oh, just a misunderstanding, just a bloke out for a jog, not a problem.
No. Oh, sure.
What happened?
I got taken down by the security team, cuffed.
Right.
And then thrown in a van for an hour.
They didn't talk to you when you were...
No.
They just put you in the van?
They just put me in the van.
And what were they doing then?
Having lunch.
OK, well, let's take a look and see what that's done to the score. So, Micky, Flanigan and Mel have 14 points. They're in last place. David and Richard have 19 points. Kevin and Sarah are in the lead at the moment with 23 points. Time now to take another break, but one more time, Dean Farley. Well done, sir. Good work. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm really glad of Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. This part is all about the sporting events of the last 12 months. Earlier this year, Kevin Peterson was banished from the England cricket team. If you're not sure how cricket works, it's a bit like football, except when you get caught out, it's not with 6 hookers in a Travelodge. The Queen's Gold Cup winning horse tested positive for morphine. On a serious note, if you're a horse and someone offers you drugs, just say nay. Lewis Hamilton sealed his second Formula One World Championship with victory in Abu Dhabi. Or to explain it to Richard and David, a man went very fast in a car.
Sport.
Right, more questions for everyone, OK? All about sport. OK, my first question, it could not be more simple. Take a look at this photograph. What just happened?
I mean, seriously, can we just opt out of this round? Look at us.
You'll be fine. You'll get this one. This could not be easier. He actually knows the answer. OK, everyone got something on this? You got this, Mel?
Oh, yeah. We have got this.
You're nailing this. OK, cool.
Yeah.
Next up, it's over to footballing legend Rio Ferdinand.
Now, 2014 has been an unbelievable year for sport, setting Twitter alight. One particular sporting moment got an amazing 35 million tweets, making it the most tweeted about sporting event ever. But what was it?
OK, so Rio Ferdinand wants to know, what was the most tweeted about sporting event ever?
Badminton.
I can give you a clue. Everyone can get a clue. It's not badminton.
Well, I'm out. Which badminton isn't? The game badminton or the horse trials badminton?
I can tell you, it's not the racket sport badminton.
OK.
Take a look at this clip of a farmer, Keith Chapman. Why is he doing this to his sheep? Play the right clip.
He says, you don't fancy colouring cheap for me, do you? I says, yeah. I says, I'll shear them and then get some dye and dye them for you. Anyway, we've got this dye that we use for tupping time. It's, you know, marking it, and I mixed it with water and put it on. It was just like having a bath, really. Yeah.
So that was Keith Chapman. Why did he do that to his sheep? OK. And finally, Glasgow hosted the Commonwealth Games this year. One of the most memorable moments took place when the Queen attended the Australia versus Malaysia hockey match. What did she do that made global headlines?
The Commonwealth Games were on?
Yes.
How often does that happen?
The Commonwealth Games are on. They were in Glasgow. What did the Queen do that made global headlines? OK, have you all got something? Well, let's get some answers. I showed you this picture. What had just happened?
There was an incident where Suarez bit this chap on the shoulder.
Do you know who he bit?
One of the other players.
OK, not too much detail. Kevin?
Italian defender Giorgio Chiellini.
Yeah, Giorgio Chiellini, the Italian footballer, was bitten by Luis Suarez.
Well, actually, Suarez explained that he actually lost his balance and he fell and his mouth was open and his teeth went and hit off Chiellini's shoulder. That's why he's holding his two front teeth.
That's like a fell on the Hoover, isn't it?
Did you get this, David Richard?
I don't know who any of these people are.
I thought I had a vague sense that there was some kind of cannibalism incident in the World Cup, and I wondered whether this was a picture referred to it. But I didn't realise it was a shoulder. I thought it was an ear.
You're thinking, I think, of Mike Tyson about 15 years ago.
That's the last sporting incident I heard of. I just heard Mike Tyson bit someone's ear, and I thought, oh, that's a bit rough for boxing.
No points for you, I'm afraid. Rio Ferdinand asked you what became the most tweeted about sporting event in history. I presume, Mel, did you get this?
World Cup in Brazil, I think.
Well, what was the specific event?
When Germany were winning 7-1.
Kevin, Sarah?
Kevin's written Brazil getting humped. 7-1 in the World Cup semi-final in Brazil. There's a lot of information there, almost like it's like a two-pointer, that one, isn't it?
David and Richard, you've written exactly the same thing again. That looks like a computer glitch. We've just reprinted the answer.
No. We're going to write someone bit in the ear for every answer from now on.
Is it? OK, fine. I showed you a clip of farmer Keith Chapman. Why had he done that to his sheep?
Well, I didn't really have a clue. Mel, you sort of explained.
Well, I think up north there's like rumours that go around about what happens to sheep
Right.
that get looked after by their sheep looker after her. And,
I think shepherd is the term that we're using in English.
And I think they were just made to look sexier.
It's a very good answer. I mean, it is the sports round, and that was really a clue. Kevin, Sarah, what did you put?
Does it make them taste better? Like when you kill them for eating? Does it make like... Is it like a flavour rather than a colouring?
David, Richard, presumably you didn't get this, did you?
I think we rather did, actually.
Oh, God, what did you put?
Thanks for the preconceptions about us. We put because of the Tour de France.
That's the right answer.
Yeah.
Yes. As you can see there, he decorated his sheep so that they match the colours of the shirts in the Tour de France. Fantastic. You get a point to David and Richard on sport. Come on. I mean, slightly patronising if we're honest, but still nice. OK, 4. What did the Queen do at the Australia versus Malaysia women's hockey match that made global headlines?
I thought the thing that really made everyone shocked was that she did a day's work. No, but it was she walked into a photo that some people were taking, which is just absolutely mad, unbelievable. It blew me away, really. It's like, the Queen to be in a photo. You've never unbelievable. What's happening in this country?
Kevin, what have you written?
Photo bomb. We got the correct answer.
David, Richard, did you get this?
But she ended up in the back of some hockey players' selfie.
Let's take a look at the Queen. There she is. So you all get a point for that. Well done, everyone. And now it's time for two very special guests, the first ever gold medal winners at the Winter Paralympics, Kelly Gallagher and Charlotte Evans. You've done a curtsy.
She just curtsied.
That's my favourite thing that's ever happened. Well, first of all, gold medal winners at the Paralympics. Incredible skills. Could you talk me through how your sport works?
So basically, we communicate through headsets in our helmets, and I can communicate to Kelly, and Kelly can communicate to me.
At what kind of speed?
That's 75, 80 miles per hour.
OK, it's quite fast to be skiing downhill, and you're visually impaired.
Yeah.
But so, you know, what attracted you to this sport?
I love it. Like, I can't drive a car safely, definitely, or ride a horse, or cycle a bike, or just generally running. I'm a bit clumsy. So having Charlotte in front of me and that sense of freedom and being able to just ski all over the mountain and it's those high speeds is just incredible. I love it. It sounds really cheesy, doesn't it?
It doesn't sound cheesy at all.
Yeah,
It sounds like the most exciting thing that could possibly happen. OK, so now you've got a question. What's your question?
Our event, the Super G, is one of the many outdoor events at the Winter Games.
But we would like to ask you, name 3 indoor events that was covered in the Winter Olympic and Paralympic Games.
OK, so point for each. You've got to name indoor events at the Winter Olympics and Paralympic Games.
Curling? No?
No, don't. Kevin, you are literally the worst at this. Everyone else is able to write things down.
Kevin. Right, I'm going to write curling down, and then I'm going to say... I think that's the wrong answer, anyway.
Have you got any other thoughts of what it could be?
No, you don't get to know.
So, hang on, while they're writing things down, have you had any accidents while you've been...
Yeah. I skied into a rope and I pulled my face apart to here. And
You did what?
Yeah.
You skied into a rope and pulled your face apart to...
Yeah, like that. And then these are, like, all came out. I thought I'd lost all my teeth, and so I was just screaming about how I used to have beautiful teeth, and there was loads of blood everywhere, and I had her searching through the snow for my teeth.
Searching through the snow for your teeth?
Didn't lose
That
her
is a
teeth.
disaster.
I was searching for these teeth that were in her mouth.
And then everyone kept on going, like, it's fine, it's fine. And then they take, the gauze away, and they go, oh. And then... yeah, it was horrible. It was really bad.
Are you going to go to the next Olympics?
Yeah.
OK, all right.
Love it. Love it.
Bloody marvel. Well, you better win again, because I'll put money on it this time. OK. All right, so what have you got? What have you got, everyone? Micky, Mel?
Mel wanted to put down horse racing.
No, I did not.
No, curling we thought would be one.
Curling? I wonder where you got that idea from.
And then we had ice hockey.
Ice hockey is, yeah.
I thought of that.
And then you've also written...
And then I thought of basketball.
Well done.
And
well
swimming.
Done. But they could use maybe a snowball and make it more wintry. Yeah. OK, 2 out of 3 is not bad. Kevin, Sarah?
Well, you've got curling as well. I don't know where we got that from.
I just went mental here, Jim. I just forgot indoor sports, and I've just put pool darts.
What else did you write?
Arm wrestling and bare bum boxing. You have to be indoor, because otherwise you just get traps.
And what else have you written?
Playing the fruit machine.
You're the most Glaswegian man there's ever been. You consider playing the fruit machine a sport.
Well, how can you play it outdoors? Where are you going to plug it in for a start?
OK. David, Richard, what did you get?
We've just got the lot. Snow football, tundra squash,
Ice badminton, speed skating. Is that a thing?
Speed skating is... I mean, that's right.
Figure skating, and we put curling.
Well, you've got 3.
Yeah.
So you could have had curling, wheelchair curling, speed skating, figure skating, ice hockey, ice sledge hockey. Let's have a look and see what that's done to the scores. So Micky and Mel have 19 points. David and Richard aren't far ahead with 24. Kevin and Sarah in the lead with 27. OK, time for a quick break, but once again, please give it up for gold medal winners, Kelly Gallagher and Charles Evans. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. This round is all about the famous faces that defined the year. In January, former BNP leader Nick Griffin was declared bankrupt, so that socially, morally and now financially, he's got the full set. The Oscar Pistorius trial dominated the news. The prison Pistorius is now in is notorious for violence, AIDS and murder. Mind you, it is in South Africa, so it still gets 3 stars on TripAdvisor. Vladimir Putin's actions in Ukraine caused controversy. The only way Putin could be less popular now in the West is if he banged the John Lewis penguin on the steps of the Kremlin. Let's have a look at some questions. First up, it's time to say what you see. Have a look at your screens. What news story are these pictures spelling out? Kevin Bridges, shush.
Writing it down.
Yeah, write it down, yeah. Okay. I mean, I would have thought a pattern was emerging now, Sarah, but OK.
Let's just put...
Don't fucking stop.
OK. For our next question, it's over to pop princess Pixie Lott.
Hi, Jimmy. Now, I've been fortunate enough to walk a few red carpets this year, and it's important to look good. But at the Berlin Film Festival in February, Shia LaBeouf decided to walk the red carpet with a paper bag on his head. But what had he written on his bag?
What did Shia LaBeouf have written on the paper bag he wore on his head at the Berlin Film Festival? That is what Pixie Lott wants to know. She's dying to know. She's sat at home now thinking, when are they going to bloody tell me? OK, this summer everyone was talking about the lavish wedding of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. The dress code for guests was black tie. But what did Will Smith's son, Jaden Smith, decide to wear instead? I can tell from just the rocking of her shoulders there, you said something filthy.
Yeah.
If you're 100% honest, Mel, are you slightly falling for Micky? And it's OK to say you are.
I think he's a lovely guy. I think he's got a little bit shocked tonight. I don't think you were yourself tonight. I don't think you were having as much fun as you should have been.
Do you think he chose the wrong song?
Mel, can I just say, I am ready to give the next round 100%.
Thank you.
I don't feel like I've been myself tonight.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
And, you know, but please, please give me one more chance. And
Okay.
I promise I'll come through for you.
If you want to hear a tragic backstory,
Yeah.
Micky, let loose.
I've got one wooden buttock.
OK. For our next question, it's over to one of Britain's finest character actors, Mr. Charles Dance. He's reading an extract from one of the biggest-selling autobiographies of the year. Who is the mystery author? Over to you, Charles.
Chapter 1. I went to church dressed as Rudolph once. I don't know why. Reindeers are funny, aren't they? I used to get them confused with dolphins. I couldn't remember which it was that Father Christmas drove around in the sky. And I didn't know what the nativity was until someone told me the other day. I thought it was an activity. I also thought Jesus' mum was called Jesus, until Helen Flanigan told me it was Mary. I don't understand much about Easter either. Apparently it's got nothing to do with eggs, chickens or bunnies. I know it's to do with Jesus, but I thought the eggs came about because he was born in hay and you get eggs in hay.
So whose autobiography was he reading from? I can give you a clue, it's not Charles Dance's own. All right. Ed Miliband earned the lowest approval ratings for a Labour leader in years. In May, he was ridiculed in the papers after he was photographed eating what? Micky?
I'm not going to go there.
Dairyland.
OK, ready for some answers?
Yeah.
OK, so I showed you a Say What You See. What did you see? David Richard, talk us through.
Someone bit an ear.
Not the right answer.
Damn it.
Micky, Mel?
I just saw a guy, I didn't is he a singer? Is he a basketball player?
That's Sol Campbell. He's quite a famous man.
Right. I didn't recognise him in that picture.
So you didn't know. Kevin, Sarah, what do you put?
We worked it out.
Go on.
Sol Campbell, Angie Watts, Solange.
That was it, really?
Nick Knowles.
Yeah.
Beat up their J's, and that's an E. So Solange Knowles beat up Jay-Z.
Round of applause. I think that's the right answer.
Oh, wow.
So Pixie Lott asked you what was written on Shia LaBeouf's paper hat.
I'm not famous.
Well, that's close enough. You get that. What did you put, Micky, Mel?
Not famous now.
Again, I'd say close enough. What did you get, Kevin and Sarah?
We've got I'm no longer famous, or if found, please return to. I thought it might have just had a big M on, or you might have just been to McDonald's. There was that as well.
No, why did they say that? I am no longer famous. I don't get why that.
I think he was having... Well, people said he was having a breakdown. I think he just didn't want to be a celebrity anymore on the red carpet. There was a song written about him this year. Did you see this? It went viral on the internet. It's by Rob Cantor. Do you want to have a look? Yeah. It's one of the best things I've ever seen.
You limp into the dark woods, blood oozing from your stump leg. You've beaten Shia LaBeouf.
Wait, he isn't dead. Shy surprise, there's a gun to your head and death in his eyes, but you can do jujitsu. Body slam superstar Shia LaBeouf. Legendary fight with Shia LaBeouf. Come on Tuesday night for Shia LaBeouf. You try to swing an axe at Shia LaBeouf, but blood is draining fast from your stump leg. He's dodging every swipe. He parries to the left. You gather to the right. You catch him in the neck. You're chopping off his head now. You just decapitated Shia LaBeouf.
His head topples to the floor, expressionless. You fall to your knees and catch your breath. You're finally safe from Shia LaBeouf.
I was meaning to ask, who's Shia LaBeouf?
OK, I asked you what Jaden Smith opted to wear instead of black tie at Kim and Kanye's wedding.
Well, we couldn't. We just put kilt because that...
No, you put
That's what
kilt.
crazy people wear at weddings, don't they? Go, let's wear a kilt, woohoo!
I think markedly more crazy than that. Kevin and Sarah?
You put a Millwall shirt. And what was the other one?
A Sergio Tacchini tracksuit. He's a young kid, isn't he? That's what kids wear.
Well, kids round your way, yeah, I think...
Is that a point, then?
No, it's not a point. David, Richard?
I mean, put cricket whites or a Batman outfit.
You've nailed it, both. He wore an all-white Batman outfit.
You see, how would you two know that if you don't even know who Shia LaBeouf is?
You're assuming that David Mitchell and Richard Ayoade weren't at the wedding of the summer.
Oh, they weren't?
No, I mean, that is a fair assumption.
OK, so whose autobiography was Charles Dance reading from?
Joey Essex.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Because we put Joey Essex as well.
So did we.
Well, everyone got points for Joey Essex. I asked you what Ed Miliband was photographed eating. What did you put?
We believe it was a sandwich.
Sandwich.
What was in the sandwich?
Bacon.
Mayonnaise.
With mayonnaise, yeah. Which caused all the problems.
Because it dripped down his face.
All went down.
OK, Kevin, Sarah, did you get this?
Yeah, we put a bacon.
They get fed up writing, just put a bacon.
Yeah, we just stopped.
You don't know the rest.
tools.
What else can it be? A bacon. You know the next word's going to be sandwich.
David, Richard, what did you put?
Well, we have elected to write both the words bacon and the word sandwich. Yeah.
Well, la-di-da! There he is, eating a bacon sandwich. I mean, in fairness, it's not a great photo, but also, what the fuck? OK, so it was a bacon sandwich, points all round. Let's have a look and see how everyone's doing at this stage. So Micky and Mel have 22 points, David and Richard have 28 points, Kevin and Sarah are in the lead with 31. Time for a quick break, we'll see you in a bit. Welcome back to the final part of the Big Fat Quiz. This round's all about the talking points and water cooler moments that define the year. The first e-cigarette advert was shown on television. If there are any children watching, I'd just like to remind you smoking e-cigarettes is not cool. You should smoke real ones, then the popular kids will like you. Renee Zellweger made headlines with her new look. It certainly raised some eyebrows and got rid of some wrinkles. If you're watching, Renee, don't let the accusations get to you. You just have to take it on where your chin used to be. Revenge porn was made illegal this year. Of course, I'd never resort to using revenge porn on an ex. I think having slept with me is punishment enough.
I like that one.
Thank you very much. There was a ring of truth there, I feel. Let's have a look at some questions. In October, American artist Paul McCarthy landed himself in hot water after erecting a Christmas tree sculpture in Paris. What I want to know is, what was unusual about the sculpture? Have you got the right answer, Micky?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. It's weird, but it's true. This is a picture of 18-year-old Australian Jack Cooksey, who became one of the first people in the world to buy a brand new iPhone 6. What I want to know is, what was the first thing he did with it? Yeah? What'd you do with your iPhone, mate? You bloody larrigan. You drongo. If you're watching in Australia, I'm trying to do your accent.
If you're watching in New Zealand, I'm accidentally doing your accent.
OK. What craze of 2014 saw people learning how to do the fishtail, the dragon scale, and the inverted hexafish? David Mitchell thinks he's having a breakdown.
I'm hysterical. I'm just being amused by unusual syllables.
What craze of 2014 saw people learn how to do the fishtail, the dragon scale, and the inverted hexafish?
Yeah. Do you know what the answer is?
No. It's not pop-related, is it?
It's not pop-related, no.
So we are allowed to ask questions to kind of figure out our
I'm sorry,
answer.
did I not mention that at the start?
No.
Right, OK. For our next question, it's over to Rock God's Status Quo.
Hi, Jimmy. Hello, everyone. Now, as you know, we've rocked all over the world, so our knowledge of global affairs is absolutely first class.
Now, in September, domestic security in China was at its highest due to pro-democracy protests.
But what bizarre security measures did officials take to ensure their national holiday celebrations went off without a hitch?
They're the funniest people on the show. They're amazing.
Yeah.
They look incredible.
They do look incredible, yeah. They look a little bit like, and I absolutely love Status Quo, and that's why they're there, but they look a little bit like Waldorf and Statler from The Muppet Show now. and final question, Big Fat Quiz 2014. It's a say what you see. What news story are the pictures spelling out? Kevin, don't say anything out loud. You're a very naughty boy.
I've not said a word here. Sarah's speaking at a much higher volume than me.
She is a Geordie, she can't help that. It's lilting and sing-songy.
Thanks.
If you don't get this, though, then you need to take a long, hard look at yourself. Listen, that's the sound that everybody...
There's no murmuring out there. No murmuring. OK. Micky, Mel, Ryan answer, and then we're done with this. We can move on with our lives.
We don't have lives, that's why we're here.
You ready for some answers?
Yeah.
What was unusual about the Christmas tree sculpture that artist Paul McCarthy erected in Paris? What did you all write?
It resembled a dildo or a butt plug, a sex toy of some description.
What did you go for, Mel, Micky?
We heard that it looked like a dildo.
And David, Richard?
We heard that it looked like, or was perceived to look like, a sex toy.
I'm going to give points all round.
No, because he didn't say dildo. Don't give them the point.
Well, hang on. You were the ones I was not going to give the point to. Because it looked like a butt plug, but I would say a butt plug is a subset of dildo. Let's take a look at it. That does look a bit like a butt plug. I mean, let's face facts.
Whose butt is that going to plug? It's fucking massive.
I asked you what was the first thing Jack Cooksey did with his brand new iPhone 6. What did you put?
Well, we went old school on this one. Called Mum.
You think he called his mum?
That's what they tend to do, young people, don't they?
Yeah. They're always calling their mum.
I've got it, Mum. You fuck off, you dickhead. Oh, what's the chase here, you little slag?
Oh, what a lovely insight into Micky's family life. I'm trying to watch you chase.
I was invite him round hand over for dinner. Not now. With that kind of language. Jesus.
Yes.
Blew it. You blew it again.
At the last minute, Mickey, you were in there.
That's the story of my life.
Oh, Kevin, Sarah.
I think he either dropped it and smashed it accidentally, or he bent. I know it broke in some way.
OK, well, you sort of got it. David, Richard?
He dropped it.
Let's have a look.
What's your name? Jack. Hi, Jack. How are you? How come you got the first one, Jack?
I have no idea.
OK, let's actually open it. OK, now this is just the normal iPhone, is it?
This is just the normal iPhone 6. Yeah, I didn't want a bigger one.
All right. We're doing a reveal. His name's Jack.
How's he ever going to come back from that?
What craze saw people learning how to do the fishtail, the dragon scale, and the inverted hexafish? What have you got? What have you gone for, David?
UKIP.
Because we thought, wouldn't it be lovely if it was just a bit of a weird craze?
Okay, what do you think, Kevin, Sarah?
Well, I thought there might be new sex acts that I wasn't aware of.
The inverted hexafish.
Yeah, it feels raunchy.
Yeah.
Or loom bands.
Loom bands. What did you make?
I just racked my brains for the last big craze that I remembered, and it was clackers. Remember clackers?
So what have you written?
Well, I used to call them knockers because I was a very funny little boy. And, but then I remembered they were actually called clackers.
OK.
And they really took off, but the kids were hurting themselves and they pulled it from the market. You had to go underground to get clackers for a number of years. There was a bloke down Brick Lane still sold them, but you had to go up to him and go, any clackers about? And every now and then you'd hear the clicking of clackers and you think, he's about. Clacker man's about. That's the last craze I could think of, Jim.
OK, knockers, clackers. I'm afraid that's not the right answer. The right answer is loom bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, huge craze. So a status quo asked you what bizarre security precaution Chinese authorities undertook. What did you all put?
They made everyone promise to be good. Let's move on. Let's move on, Jimmy.
Yeah,
what have you got, Micky?
This story. They had to get. They were worried. I don't know what they were worried about. The pigeons were going to drop.
Pigeons and their
but
bombs.
they were examining the pigeons' rectums
Bombs.
for bombs.
I want to put it like that. Like security things round pigeons' necks, not up their rectums.
They were looking up their bums because
Mel,
apparently
Mel,
they were.
it's the right answer.
We got the right answer?
Yeah.
Well, fuck me.
Don't tell me that I'm wrong, that I'm really, really wrong. Don't tell me that I'm wrong, that I'm really, really wrong.
Someone needs a cigar.
You didn't really say that.
I did just say that.
No,
yeah.
you didn't say that.
I did just
no,
say
you
that.
fucking did not just say that.
Jimmy, you need to tell her, don't go wasting your precious time.
I genuinely think, though, Mel and Micky have been getting on all night, but I think now is the moment when two become one. I genuinely think.
I said to her, right at the top of the show, I said, you know, if you want to be my lover, you've got to get with my...
Jimmy, you've given her everything.
I was giving her everything,
You
yeah.
have given her everything. All that your joy can bring.
We were just commenting that, you know, you didn't like those references, and we were just trying to spice up your life. Yeah. Just trying to do.
I love those references.
Sorry, Kevin. Sorry,
If
Kevin.
we want the future, forget the past.
Stop right now! Fuck's sake.
Old...
I genuinely got a pain in my stomach from laughing at that. What did you get for this one, Kevin, Sarah?
I was unsure of the plural of anus, so I've put anuses and anusi just to be...
Wait, the anuses, you know. People put in my anus
I think the
eye.
anus eye is right in the middle of the anus. And the final question of the Big Fat Quiz. I asked you to say what you saw. What did you see?
I was so pleased with myself when I got this. I'm going to pull off when I get in. Justin Bieber.
I helped you with this,
Yeah,
by
go
the
on.
way.
Threw eggs at neighbour's house.
I told you this fucking...
Justin Bieber, eggs, neighbour's house. OK, what did you get, Sarah?
We get the exact same as that.
Justin Bieber egged at neighbour's house, and the neighbour was clearly Hugh Laurie.
But... eggs, egged.
Egged? That's a verb, isn't it?
No, eggs. Eggs.
I think it's a bit slangy. I think you've let the show down. Because up to now, it's been all classy.
Well, that is your light. It's time to tot up your scores at home. There are a possible 41 points on offer this evening. I don't know how you did at home. Here's how our teams did. So, in last place, Micky and Mel. But...
Whatever.
Yeah, you've made lifelong friends. That's the important thing.
And when I turn up on X Factor in about 20 years' time, I expect a bit of leniency.
OK. In second place, David Mitchell and Richard Arwady with 31. But the winners of the Big Fat Quiz 2014, Kevin Bridges and Sarah Milligan. Yay. Here is your trophy. Thanks to all our amazing panel, our special guests, and thanks to every one of you for watching at home. Don't forget to tune in for the Big Fat Anniversary Quiz with Russell Brand, Noel Fielding, Jonathan Ross, Warwick Davis, Jack Whitehall and Claudia Winkleman, where we celebrate 10 years of big fat fun. I'm Jimmy Carr. This has been the Big Fat Quiz of 2014. Good night. To the Big Fat Quiz of the Year 2015. The Big Fat Quiz captures the true meaning of Christmas by forcing 6 people to sit together, playing a game and pretending to like each other. If you haven't seen the Big Fat Quiz before, let me put it into the Star Wars universe for you. Essentially, an alliance of panellists are pitted against an evil Sith Lord. That's me. And at some point, someone accidentally gets off with their sister. This is the quiz that looks back at the biggest stories of the last year, realises they're a bit terroristy, and picks some nicer ones to quiz about. Not talking about any of that. Let's move on. Well, let's meet the teams. First up, 2 of the youngest, coolest, hippest comedians in the country couldn't make it this evening, so instead we've got Rob Brydon and Joe Brand. He's the swot of the class who's finally realised his dream of hanging out with the teacher. It's Richard Arwady and Greg Davis. And finally, she's beautiful, charming and a joy to be around, and he's around. It's Claudia Winkleman and David Mitchell. Right. So, Rob Brydon, you performed this year with Sir Tom Jones. They say never meet your heroes. How did Tom cope with it?
He took it in his stride, Jimmy. He's a professional. He was a little bit nervous, but, you know, that's not unusual.
Rob Brydon, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you. Joe, how's your year been?
Shit.
OK.
I've been on tour, I've got a divorce, I've killed a tortoise, you know, lots of things. One of those isn't true, I didn't get a divorce.
You killed a tortoise?
Well, not personally.
What do you mean, a tortoise died during the year and you blame yourself?
When I was teaching, there was a kid in my class who was inconsolable one day because his pet tortoise had died, and he couldn't stop crying, and he had to be sent home in the end. And the next day he came in, and he was absolutely fine. And I went, are you all right today? He goes, yeah, I'm all right today. And I went, oh, good, I'm glad to hear that. Did you bury him? He goes, oh, no, my dad hollowed him out. We used him as an ashtray. Scooped him out with a spoon.
So, Greg, you used to be a teacher, so surely you're going to win the quiz, aren't you?
Oh, gosh, no. I was a drama teacher anyway. How hard's that? Make up a play, see you in an hour.
Now, Richard, you've been travelling the world for the whole year, haven't you, for Travel Man?
Oh, right. Yeah, prior to that, I've been Peckham-based. But...
So Peckham and then the world?
Yeah, a lot of places that are a short haul. One with Greg to Moscow.
You two went to Moscow?
Yep.
Yeah.
Have the other teams gone away together? Have you...?
Yeah.
I went away with Richard as well.
Yeah.
What?
I'm starting a cult. You will receive a call in the night, and you come away with me, and you come back with new ideas.
So, Claudia, you're used to the glamour and glitz of Strictly, obviously.
The
Talk me
orange.
through David's outfit this evening.
It's perfect. It would be very good for a tango.
If we were filming it in black and white, yeah, I'd agree.
What's wrong with it,
He looks
Jimmy?
perfect.
Just saying it's not as glitzy as... I'm used to seeing Claudia surrounded by people in sort of, you know, sparkles.
Tiny little things. Fluorescent. Feathers.
It would be totally inappropriate if I turned up. If I turned up, as you suggest you wanted, in feathers and a little fluorescent bikini, you'd have taken the piss even more than you have out of my grey shirt. So, you know, I can't win, can I?
Should we get on with the quiz? Let's remind ourselves of this year's headlines. 2015 was the hottest year on record. People were warned to avoid any physical exertion, which explains the performances of the England rugby team, Chelsea FC, and My Girlfriend. UKIP leader Nigel Farage failed to win a parliamentary seat. Farage is often described as a man of the people, and those people are bigoted arseholes. Oscar Pistorius was found guilty of murder a few weeks after being released from prison and put under house arrest. He's in a house. It's where he's most dangerous. OK, wouldn't be a quiz without questions. Eyes down. For our first question, it's over to the legend that is Quentin Tarantino.
Hi, Jimmy. This year, the British press became obsessed with something that could have come straight out of one of my movies. And the names Mr. Ginger, Mr. Strong, the Tall Man, the Old Man, the Gent, and Mr. Montana were everywhere. But can your teams tell me what they'd done?
Oh! Very well done.
Thank you.
Claudia, can we play poker at some stage? Because it feels like you're not holding anything back there.
I was excited.
Next question. This year, Dr. Walter Palmer from Minnesota did something that led him to become the most hated man in the world. What did he do?
Oh, of course. You are a genius. Yes, right.
I'm just getting a lot more encouragement.
He knows everything. I know nothing.
I know, I'm just saying I'm not receiving the same level of support at this table.
That's because I've answered both of the questions so far.
Greg, I'm not flourishing in this relationship. I'm not flourishing, I don't feel valued.
You want me to answer the questions and then praise you?
Yes, please.
OK.
That's how my marriage works.
OK.
Yeah, yes, I would like that.
Well done for answering those two questions.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel thank you.
Internally.
Thank you.
For our next question, the children of Mitchellbrook Primary School have once again put on one of their spectacular school plays. But what news story are they acting out?
Action! This car is really fast. This car's really slow. I like cars. Really, that's a wrap. I'm hungry. Get me some food. Could I have some hot food, please? Sorry, but we're closed. Uh-oh. There's no hot food. You have been very
kids. I love those kids. That's why I'm here, to watch them.
It's a properly good school play. That's what a decent drama teacher does, Greg. I hope you've learned something. Are they there?
Are they here?
You're the drama teachers from Mitchellbrook? You're not the drama teachers, you're proper teachers.
What do you teach? Primary? It's not teaching, it's colouring in, mate.
So I want to know what news story were they acting out there? I mean...
This is major.
Oh, wow.
You can't fit it all in.
I can't.
Sorry, David and Claudia are also voicing an adult film while we're doing the quiz.
My fax machine's broken. I haven't seen any of that.
There we go.
Well done.
I've answered at tedious length. Tedious length is my porn name.
In September, there was a very small story, I'm not sure if you heard about it, but the Prime Minister allegedly put his gentleman junk into the mouth of a dead pig. My question is this: why on earth did he allegedly do it?
I'm not as familiar with these practices as some in the London set, but
Yeah, you always get left out of the pig fucking parties, don't you? Yeah.
I suppose sheep's more your thing, is it?
Yeah.
Saying. What?
if you're going to start making sheep references...
I'm just saying, when I asked you how many sexual partners you'd had, you started to count and you fell asleep. That's all I'm saying.
You've done this to me before. You started making buying noises. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's very hard for me to concentrate with an erection.
OK, take a look at this clip of Ed Miliband's resignation speech after this year's general election.
Thank you for the selfies. Thank you for the support. And thank you for the most unlikely cult of the 21st century.
Yes.
That is cult, C-U-L-T. What I want to know is, what was the most unlikely cult of the 21st century? The most unlikely cult. Have you all got something?
Yeah.
We've knocked this out of the park.
Have you? What, you ready for answers?
Yeah.
OK, let's go to the answers. OK, so Quentin Tarantino asked you what Mr. Ginger, Mr. Strong, the tall man, the old man, the gent and Mr. Montana had done. What did you all think?
The answer is the Hatton Garden heist. Men of advanced years managed to break in through thick wall, and they got in and they stole all the stuff from safety deposit boxes, and it had all the hallmarks of a Hollywood film.
I don't think it had quite all the hallmarks, did it? Because they used their bus passes to get there on the bus.
They did, didn't they?
How old was the getaway driver? Because normally getaway driving, you imagine someone skidding off at high speed.
I think there were skid marks.
Well, you all got this right. They were all suspects in the Hatton Garden heist. All right. There you go, well done. Okay.
Well done, everyone.
OK, next up, I asked you how Dr. Walter Palmer became the most hated man in the world. What did you put?
Well, he shot a lion called Cecil.
Yeah.
And the guy said in his defence, he said, oh, do you know what? I didn't know he was a beloved lion. So you're going to shoot them based on their personality and how popular they are amongst their peer group. Awful. And he was a dentist.
Yeah.
Just gets worse.
Are your existing teeth behind those, or do they take them out?
I've no idea. All I know is I have to dip these when I drive at night.
What do you dip them in? Like jam?
Yeah, why not?
Cecil was already depressed before he was shot by a dentist because he was called Cecil. He found that out with his last breath. I'm called what? He thought he was called Barabbas, king of the plain.
Claudia, David, did you get this?
We read it out as well, do we?
Well, yeah, as well,
OK, yes,
yeah.
he shot a lion called Cecil. Full stop. I put a full stop in. It's important. Wasn't required with the Hatton Garden heist, because that's not a sentence. But he shot it, that's a sentence, it's got a verb.
OK, points all round. Marvellous.
Lovely.
Next up, the children of Mitchellbrook Primary School were acting out a news story. What did you think it was?
I've written a short essay.
The event surrounding the non-renewal of Jeremy Clarkson's contract.
But he doesn't really touch on what those events were, which, to my mind, calls into question the validity of the answer as an answer. He's very much sketching around the issue.
If you think that's not a complete answer, wait until you hear Richard and Greg's. What have you gone with?
Well, to Clarkson and then really just a kind of an oblong, I guess.
Jimmy,
I'm
all for this anarchic sense of fun. I love that the audience are laughing at it. But please don't go giving points for this kind of nonsense, OK? Take a look at this. Clarkson punch. Says it all.
I don't
beautifully
see why
written.
That's not the better answer. The punch was evident in the dramatisation. A lot of people think he was sacked for it. He wasn't.
Yes.
They just didn't renew his contract.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Yeah, well, exactly.
But I was looking for brevity and levity in my answer.
Well, at the risk of upsetting you, Rob, Joe, points all round.
Yes.
Points all round, surely. That's what we were getting at. Right, next I asked you why on earth David Cameron allegedly put his penis in a pig's mouth. What do you think?
The answer is peer pressure.
Good answer.
Is worrying in a Prime Minister.
It shouldn't have been a story, really. It's about owning your own gossip, I think. I, for example, very early on in my comedy career, went on record to say that I, as a pubescent man, I enjoyed relations with a large blue teddy bear at my house. I put that on record, and therefore it's not a story anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't even look like a bear, it was so badly made. I didn't really know what I was having sex with, if I'm honest.
You should have said it at the beginning of his career, when he was first elected as leader of the Conservative Party in his opening speech. Thanks very much, everyone.
Just
There's
so
one thing you need to know about me. You'll never guess what I once did.
But, as I said, I think it would be better if it was a thing he did regularly, rather than as a one-off peer pressure event. If he just went, this is my jam. I like doing this, it relaxes me.
It makes
no
me
harm,
a
no
better
foul.
Prime Minister.
And I'm going to keep doing this. And I'm going to keep doing this into a third term.
OK, so, Claudia, David, what did you put?
We put an initiation ritual at Oxford for a posh dining society.
Well, that is the right answer. You had the name of the society?
Yeah.
It was allegedly an initiation ceremony for an Oxford dining society, the Piers Gaveston. OK, final answer in this round. I asked you what Ed Miliband described as the most unlikely cult of the 21st century. What did you all think?
These are Millie fans. He said that there was a new type of follower. Wanted to meet him and have the photo
They were in love with him. They suddenly fancied him.
It was a sexy thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a sexy
It's a sexy thing.
Really?
They wanted to rub themselves against him.
So did you got this?
Yes, we put Millie fandom.
We put Millie fandom as well.
So, I've got some footage of the Millie fans. Take a look at the attention he was getting.
That's me and Tess.
OK, points all round.
You're marking us down for peer pressure is the answer.
Well, marking you down, you mean not giving you the...
Why?
Well, because it makes it easier, so the ticks and the crosses.
I'm with them. That's the right answer.
Thank you. Thank you.
In fact, theirs is the most intelligent answer we've had all night, because they've got to the nub of the matter.
Yeah.
It was peer pressure.
Well, you make a very interesting point, but you're not actually in charge, so...
Isn't it fascinating that Richard and Greg, two of the finest minds in this studio, certainly, perhaps not beyond, but in this studio, have taken the level of this show somewhere else. They've not been content to settle for glibness. They've not gone for laughs. That's been very clear.
Yes.
They're going for something deeper. Yes. I say you refuse that point at your peril.
I agree.
Happy to take you all on.
Are you going to give us the point?
No.
Why?
Because this is about humanity.
It's about the integrity.
Society.
It's about the integrity of the entire quiz, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy, Britain is a democracy. There are 6 people here, all saying to you, give them the point.
Let's just say, in a future question, we'll both deliberately answer
Yes.
wrong. You can answer
Yes.
correctly.
That's
and then
lovely.
it'll
Yes,
be-
we will.
Thank
Yes,
you.
we will do
I'm
that.
sorry, there's not a Malaysian betting syndicate involved in this, is there?
And neither is it a totalitarian state presided over by you.
You've lost our trust.
This quiz absolutely is that.
No. Not anymore. Not anymore. Democracy.
Yeah.
Democracy.
I think, yeah. Thank you.
We're doing a quiz, and there's going to be a winner, and there's going to be a loser, and we'll rig it if we need to.
Right.
It's not a democracy, and no one's here to have fun. This is Christmas. It's a quiz.
What do you win, just to be clear?
Pig's head. OK, so at the end of that round, the scores are Rob and Joe have 5, Claudia and David have 5, Richard and Greg have 4, because they got 1 wrong. Plenty more quiz to come. See you after the break. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. The next round is all about the music of 2015. Naked images of Justin Bieber hit the internet. Not the first time I've seen a photo of Justin Bieber and thought, what a dick. On Adele's first single for 3 years, she sings, I must have called 1,000 times. I assume the next line is, have you been missold PPI? To celebrate his 3 sell-out Wembley shows, Ed Sheeran had a huge lion tattooed on his chest. It seemed like a good idea at the time, until he was gunned down by a dentist. Right, time for some more questions. It's the music round, David.
I'm worried about that.
What, it being the music round?
Yeah.
No, you were David Mitchell, you haven't got a problem. OK, for our first question, I want you to take a look at this clip of some people who are a bit down in the dumps. My question is simple. Why are they so upset? Take a look.
I can't handle this. I need to stop crying. It's not funny. I want to press the button so hard and rewind back like 3 years ago.
I'm not to apologize. I'm fucking dead. Piece of shit.
Why were they filming that?
Because
They were very sad.
No, it's because they're towering narcissists.
Everybody films everything now. If it's not
Yeah.
filmed, it's not happening.
Can I just say
like
I'm slightly perturbed by seeing my husband at the end of it? I had no idea.
OK, so you all got something there? All right, for our next question, it's over to the one and only Jon Snow. He's reporting on one of the biggest songs of the year, but what is it? Over to you, John.
In an unprecedented legal case, a 29-year-old Canadian man has sued his ex-partner for emotional distress after she ceased contacting him on his cell phone. The man told the court that she had previously placed regular nightly calls to him, calls that could only mean one thing. But since he'd left the city, all communication had been terminated. The prosecution alleged that the lack of calls had left the man down and stressed out, and that all he does these days is wonder if his former girlfriend is bending over backwards or indeed rolling up her backwards for someone else. Taking the stand, the plaintiff summed up his case, explaining, you used to call me on my... You used to... Yeah. Thank you, Jimmy.
Why don't we get this answer?
Yes, yeah. Let's
Incorrect.
deliberately...
Yeah, we don't know this, so let's both deliberately get it wrong and then take the power away from the man
Thank you.
and get
Give
everything
them
back.
the point.
Yeah, OK.
Thanks.
Great.
That assumes we know the answer to this.
Do you not know the answer?
It's borderline. I think there's going to be quibble over this.
Quibble?
Quibble.
There'll be no quibble. I mean, if you got it right, you got it right.
Well, that's happened before.
All right, so next up, Kanye West headlined the Pyramid Stage at Glastonbury with a rather divisive performance What I want to know is, what did he describe himself as during his set? So he described himself on stage.
Biggest star in the world.
For our next question, it's over to X Factor judge Rita Ora. Rita Ora, David. You know.
Wow!
Hiya, Jimmy. How are you? Now, life as a pop star can be tough, and my mate Enrique Iglesias ended up in hospital recently by having a bizarre accident on stage. But what happened?
He had an... I know this.
Well, I mean, that's very much how this works. And finally, in March, Jay-Z and a host of his celebrity pals...
Oh, yes.
Jay-Z, yes. A host of his celebrity pals, Jay-Z's pals, the other letters, F and X. Yeah. Or I'd say Jay-Z myself, but, you know... Not to his face.
Did you spend a lot of time with him?
No. No.
Fair enough.
Well, I don't know, actually, because I don't know who he is.
That's ironic. When I saw David in makeup earlier, I said, "How are you?" And he said, "I'm photo shoot fresh, looking like wealth. I'm about to call the paparazzi on myself," which is a Jay-Z lyric.
I did say.
Finally, in March, Jay-Z and a host of his celebrity pals launched a music streaming service this year that promised to be a moment that will forever change the course of music history. Can you remember what it was called?
Well, I got...
Yes.
Oh, you do? Good.
When Richard and I were in Russia together, Richard did an incredible impression of Roland Dorzabel from Tears for Fears.
Yeah.
But he genuinely did. I suspect the chance of him replicating it now are minimal, but I just thought I'd say I saw it. It was incredible.
Richard, please.
I'll pick a moment later on, and if it's as good as Greg says, we'll all know what's happened. See, though, how I resisted peer pressure.
Yes.
Let's have some answers. First of all, I showed you a collection of grief-stricken fans. What did you think they were upset about?
They were very upset about the One Direction news. They were upset about changes to the status quo of One Direction.
No, yeah, but...
You've got to plump for one or the other.
I don't think you do. They were... This is the... Now, we see, we're back into it, aren't we? We're back into the pressure. You cannot say that this is not true. They're upset about changes to the status quo of One Direction. Point, please.
No. We're putting ourselves on the line and saying they're specifically upset that Zayn Malik left the band.
Yes.
That was I.
That's our answer.
I've deliberately got the next question wrong to help you out. I can't believe this.
I've bitten the hand that feeds me, haven't I?
Yes. All right, well, I'll say it now. It was Zayn. It's because Zayn is leaving. There we are.
David?
Yes, it's because Zayn is leaving One Direction.
Who's Zayn?
Zayn Malik.
What instrument did Zayn play?
The harpsichord.
The problem is...
Well, I think we've already covered One Direction now. OK, points all round there.
Points all round.
Oh.
Next up, you heard Jon Snow reporting on one of the biggest songs of the year. What did you think it was? Over to David Mitchell for the answer.
We deliberately didn't give the answer in order to make the previous round retrospectively fair on Richard and Greg.
I heart Jon Snow. What did you go for?
I went for Adele. We knew it was wrong. We didn't care. What are you going to do about it, Jimmy? Make me write it again? I don't think so. There's a new boss on this show.
If you built trust
Too late for a comeback. Let's move on.
Deal. OK, Richard, Greg, what did you put?
The Drake song where he dances in various unfurnished white rooms.
That is the right answer.
Oh,
That's it. They got a point. We're back. We're back. Isn't this a lovely metaphor for a dystopian society that's got its act together? As a society, we said, hang on a minute, this isn't right.
Yeah.
Did we complain about it? Well, we did. But then we put you, the government, in this instance, out of the equation. We said, let's fix it between us.
Rob, you didn't know the song.
Wouldn't it be lovely if Britain...
Sorry, you were going to write down Drake Hotline Bling, were you? You were
was
about
going
to write that down, were you?
direct line, 24-hour insurance is what I was going.
Let's take a look at Jon Snow.
I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. Ever since I left the city, you and me, we just don't
Yeah, it was, of course, Drake's Hotline Bling. I asked you what title Kanye West gave himself while on stage in Glastonbury this year.
I could tell you the title I gave him. No, I won't. Because I'm not allowed to say it on the telly.
He said he was the biggest rock and roll star in the world.
What did you put for this one, David?
Greatest pop star in the world. We also know that the BBC had to put up subtitles for the very rude words, and there was a lot of Mother Ducker, which we liked.
What did you go for, Richard and Greg?
Well, to get the point, we said he was the biggest rock star in the world, but Richard also suggested that he was vulnerable, vibrant at times.
And vulnerable, vibrant, and at times hostile when stressed.
I think everyone got that right, pretty much. Let's take a look at his staggering claim at Glastonbury. Here is performing under a massive lighting rig.
I'm gonna say it tonight. You are now watching the greatest living rock star on the planet!
If you really make it big in music, I imagine you can get someone to do your own intro for you. You know, get someone off stage to go, now the greatest rock star in the world. But he's obviously a bit short of money, so he's going, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest rock star in the world. Hello, it's me.
So, our next answer, Rita Ora asked you how Enrique Iglesias ended up in hospital. What did you think?
Well, we knew this. This was... there was a drone, one of these drone cameras. He reached up and, of course, the blade sliced quite literally through the skin of his hands, and it was bedlam. He reached down to his white T-shirt, because he looks great in white T-shirts, wrapped his hand, we went, oh, in hell, and he ran off into the wings. And that is a point.
That was a white T-shirt.
That was white before the accident, yes.
We said he played with the drone and his finger... well, not chopped off. That's when we slightly exaggerated, because I think it was just slightly owie.
It was a bit owie is actually the technical medical
He
term.
rendered his hand owie.
What did you guys think?
We thought he grabbed a drone as well.
Yeah.
And in this day and age, how lovely to see a drone hitting entirely the correct target.
Nice. Yes, that's exactly what happened. He reached up to grab a drone with a camera on it and hurt his hand. And then he drew a heart with the blood on his T-shirt.
Really?
You know, yeah, there he is. Like a maniac.
Oh, my word. Looks like Sylvester Stallone there.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Well, you all got that. Points all round.
Yeah.
Finally, I asked you what Jay-Z's music streaming service that was going to revolutionise music was called. What did you think?
Tidal. They wanted to make one which wasn't free, because they don't have, collectively, enough money.
Richard, Greg, what did you think?
We thought it was called Tidal.
Yeah, and Rob, Joe?
Tidal Tunes.
Tidal Tunes.
If you don't give us a point, just because we tried to add to the entertainment of the evening, then more fool you, Jimmy, more fool you.
Points all round.
Thank you.
OK, let's see what that's done to the scores. Rob and Joe have 9, Richard and Greg have 9, Claudia and David have 9. Time to take a break. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. The next round is all about the last 12 months in television. Jeremy Clarkson was sacked by the BBC.
No, they didn't renew his contract.
Jeremy Clarkson failed to have his contract renewed by the BBC.
Thank you.
His new show is going to be on Amazon Prime. The only problem is, if you're not in when it comes on, you have to watch it at the post office or round a neighbour's house. Katie Hopkins had a new TV show called If Katie Hopkins Ruled the World. But the only way I want to see Katie Hopkins on TV is if she's part of a People We Lost This Year montage. Well, let's remind ourselves of some of this year's TV highlights.
And now we're about to see a first jump from Joey Essex.
You think you are the king, and I am the blacksmith's boy. Please don't punch me. I wish you both well.
Am I tough enough? Tough enough? Hell yes, I'm tough enough.
Strong enough.
You certainly are a madman.
That's ingenious.
Gonna glove up.
Oh, try and aim away from the dead man's face.
A nice bit of product placement for Next there.
First up, you saw Nigella Lawson there in her new series, Simply Nigella. But what did she cook? And I use that term very loosely. In the first episode, that left viewers rather underwhelmed.
Okay. I love that woman.
You love that woman?
I love... She's my favourite.
She's incredible.
Advocate on toast.
Next question, you all ready?
Yes.
OK.
Sorry.
It's over to one of our finest British exports. It's Simon Pegg.
Hello, Jimmy. As you know, I am a big fan of horror movies, but what memorable television moment was described this year as an unseemly spectacle, a scene from The Exorcist, or like a posh version of Alien?
Simon Pegg there.
Do you?
Yeah, I do know.
How do you know that?
Yeah.
Of course, David knows that. He was born to know that.
He's so
We're definitely
strict.
getting a point for this.
We're getting 19 points.
So exciting.
Deal with it.
Right, next question. This year, Britain's Got Talent sparked outrage when it was revealed winning dog Matisse had a stunt double for his most impressive trick. What I want to know is, what was the excuse given for using a doggy double?
Double dog.
A double dog.
Which was Richard's rap name in the 90s.
Yeah. It was. And still is today.
To Roland Dorsabel.
The time's not right.
OK. If I did the build-in, the lead-in,
You'll know when the time...
Violent times.
You didn't have to tell your soul.
I think the time was right.
Thank you.
Did he just do it?
Yeah.
I was looking down and writing. Was that it? Oh, I'll do it again.
You didn't have to sell your soul. You didn't have to shout.
And then he goes low.
Yeah. I will admit, it doesn't sound as close to him as I remember.
You are destroying my confidence.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Just build me up a little bit.
You're the greatest rock star in the world.
These I can do without. These are the things I can do without these things.
Come
and
on.
I'm going to tell... Please come on. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Come on.
I love
didn't
their
have
stuff.
to shout.
Richard, Greg, you need to write something on why did they use a doggy double. Why? Sorry, Greg, what did you say?
On this particular question, what I said proudly was, I don't give a fuck, Jimmy.
Oh, really?
Why not?
You've got a performing animal, you flip it for another performing animal. As long as they're performing, I don't give a fuck, Jimmy.
Also, I've got to say at this stage, for this answer, I've just written down 2 dogs. I'm so confused, I've just written down, I think, something you told me.
Yeah. Yes, there were 2 dogs. Why was the second dog used?
Oh, I don't know that bit.
Another TV question. This morning, with Philip Schofield and Christine Bleakley, landed itself in hot water with a rather racy segment at 10:30 in the morning. It received 120 complaints. What was the segment about?
Yeah.
What were they talking about? They've got 120 complaints.
Immediately advanced.
Do you know everything?
No, I know some things.
OK, and finally in this round, 21-year-old student Carmel Shah caused uproar among fans after his appearance on University Challenge. What did he do to delight and appall viewers in equal measure?
Oh, yes.
What did he do that caused outrage, right?
Yeah.
That's the question.
You really are nailing the questions. OK, we'll get some answers. So I asked you what Nigella cooked that left viewers distinctly underwhelmed. What did you put?
It was avocado on toast.
Did you get this, Richard Gregg?
Yes, we did. Richard added in swan tears, just for a bit of colour.
Swan tears belong to the Queen, though, don't they?
That's why there were so many complaints.
The avocado on toast, there was more to it than that, because there was chilli in there, there was lemon, there was all sorts, yeah.
Yeah, avocado on toast is just the title of the dish.
Just the title,
Yeah.
you know. Hamlet is a short title, but there's a lot going on in the play.
OK, you all get points.
Thank you.
OK, next answer. Simon Pegg asked you which TV moment was described as an unseemly spectacle, a scene from The Exorcist, and like a posh version of Alien. What did you think?
Grantham, Lord, not Leslie, ulcer burst.
Well, man, I can't fault you on that. Everything's there. And what about you, Claudia David?
He said the Earl of Grantham's ulcer bursting at dinner.
What did you put, Richard Gregg?
Downton character, blood spray, dinner party in brackets.
I think that's enough. I think they've got it.
Thank you, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
Yes.
Well, I'll just check in with Rob if that's the right answer, shall I?
I feel safe with Rob, I've got to say at this stage. I think Rob's built
I'm a
trust.
safe pair of hands hosting a show, hosting something like this, because I give the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you.
I look for the good in a person.
Exactly.
Are you going to try... You're trying a coup, aren't you? You're going to end hosting. You're trying to get access to the scores.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Should we have a look? It's
It's great.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I like
it. It's spectacular.
It would really ruin the dinner.
I'm so sorry.
Thomas, on his left side.
Give me the napkins.
I'll call the ambulance. Keep him warm. Take my coat.
What is it?
His ulcer has burst.
What? Will he be all right?
We must get him to hospital as quickly as we can.
I'm here, darling. Don't worry, I'm here.
If this is it, just know I have loved you very, very much.
It was a typical bit of Downton Abbey plotting. There was so much build-up of his illness. Oh, I don't feel good. Oh, I don't feel... Like, for weeks and weeks and weeks. Then that happens. Then next week, he's fine.
All right, so that'll be... Yes, you all got points there. Ready for another answer? I asked you what excuse was given for using a different dog in the Britain's Got Talent final. What did you put?
We put that the first dog was ill or frightened, dead, or punched a producer.
Jimmy, you can't allow that. You can't allow that.
Oh, no, I can't allow that. What?
What did Richard and Greg, what did you have?
What, Rob? You're on... I mean...
Jimmy, please. What do you get, guys?
Thanks, Rob, and thanks for having us on.
this is some bullshit now.
What did you go for?
Well, Rob, we said two dogs.
Yeah.
The first one had a substance issue and was passive-aggressive.
It's great. It's a really funny answer, but I can't give you a point for it. Joe and Rob, what did you have? Joe?
We had... That dog was scared of heights.
Just check with Jimmy. Was that the right answer?
Yeah, it was, but you don't get any points, because fuck you, dude.
Wait, hold on, but that can't be the right answer. Because the dog did it the first time. What, suddenly scared of heights?
No, they used two dogs in the performance. So one dog did 90% of the performance, and then the last trick, which was walking on the high wire, they used the stunt dog because the original dog was scared of heights.
I haven't been able to concentrate since you did that whole fuck you dude thing. Yeah, well, it genuinely turned me on, Jimmy. Just to see... You're always such a genial host normally, but to see you get all street into slam Bryden down like that, God.
He
made me question everything it did. Fuck you, dude.
OK, so scared of heights is the right answer. You get a point there.
Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy.
No problem. Happy to help. On to our next answer. I asked you what controversial topic This Morning covered to land themselves in hot water. What did you think?
It was a bondage thing. It was prompted by the success of 50 Shades of Grey, the film adaptation of the book.
Excellent answer. Richard, Greg, do you get this?
We did, yeah. I saw it. It was repulsive.
Claudia, David, did you get this?
Yes.
David knew it.
Yes.
Bondage, not James Bondage. Nice joke.
Nice humour.
Nice joke.
I'll put some exclamation marks around it to make it clear that it's meant in jest.
Let's have a look at Philip and Christine struggling with the ins and outs of bondage.
Yeah.
Oh. Please.
Hello. We have 2 bejewelled nipple clamps.
Ah, that's what they were.
I just wonder how you're going to feel how much grip there is on those. Because for reasons of decency, obviously, we don't have a VT for this.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah.
Well, we do have your ears, which is fantastic. Oh my God.
Ah, there's a proper grip on those.
I'll try it, Lynn. You can get these.
What's interesting, though, is that the woman that had clearly brought in all this bondage gear seemed the most scandalised, using a nipple clamp for the purpose for which it was manufactured.
I tried bondage once. Have you tried it?
No.
Oh, when I was at university, I tied this bloke to his bed. Then I went home for the weekend. It was lovely.
OK, and finally, 21-year-old history student Kamel Shah caused uproar among fans of University Challenge. Why?
He was wearing a leather vest.
Greg, Richard?
A life jacket on top of double denim.
Was our first guess.
And then teamed it with a leather vest.
OK, and you've gone for?
It was, yeah, he wore a leather vest and nothing else on his top.
Let's take a look. There he is, University Challenge in a leather vest. It's kind of not brilliant until you see him next to the guy. Look at that.
You don't know what Smith's wearing on the bottom half.
OK, points all round?
You didn't get it. Did you get points?
Yeah, they got a leather vest.
After the double denim?
Yeah.
Fair enough. OK.
Yeah.
I can't see, that's the problem. Why they would seat the host here is a mystery.
Let's carry on. You got it right. OK. Now it's time for a special bonus round about films. I'm going to show you pictures from 3 of the biggest movies this year. They've all been subtly improved. All I want you to do is tell me what the films are. Here is your first one. Now let's have a look at the next one. There you go. Not sure why David would be doing that to me, but I'm telling him no.
Is it?
No, I've no idea.
OK, and then the next one.
Oh, that's me. Good Lord. That's quite upsetting, isn't it?
Yes, you're right.
Let's get some answers. What did you put? First one?
The Martian.
OK, what did you put?
The Martian. But we also put cod liver oil capsule, the movie, because we thought you looked like one.
What did you put?
The Martian.
And then you put Trainwreck.
Yeah.
Trainwreck.
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 And then Claudia, David?
We didn't know this one, so I sort of guessed Hunger Games thing. But now I can see their answer, and I think they're right and we're wrong.
What did you go for?
I can't read.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mad Max Fury Road, Jimmy.
It's like an address, isn't it? Mad Max Fury Road, Hastings.
Well, let's have a look and see, shall we? Yes, The Martian there. Trainwreck. And, of course, Mad Max Fury Road. OK, so Rob and Joe get points, Richard, Greg get points, Claudia and David get less points.
Fewer points.
Fewer points, yes. Fewer points. Hey, Jimmy. This hosting thing, not as easy as it looks, is it?
OK, let's take a look at the scores. So Rob and Joe have 17, Richard and Greg have 16, Claudia and David have 15.
Oh, fuck!
See you after the break for more Big Fat Quiz.
to the big fat quiz of the year. Now, this round is all about what was happening online this year.
I was gone 2 minutes.
Sorry. I just thought I wasn't sure you were coming back. I'm sorry.
Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz. This round's all about what happened this year online. On October 21st, the online world celebrated the day Marty McFly and Doc Brown travelled back to the future. It's a great film if you're a fan of movies where mothers try to have sex with their sons. You ready for some big fat questions? Of course you are.
Yes.
OK. For our first question, it's over to Hollywood royalty Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg.
Hi, Jimmy. Now, as you know, we are huge sex symbols. Huge. This year, a new phrase became popularized, replacing the old faithful, "Do you want to come back to mine for coffee?"
No, thank you.
But what was the phrase?
We've answered all the questions. Now.
We thought we'd do an experiment, see if we can answer all the questions before we hear them.
You're not Darren Brown. What are you...
Well, let's see. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure you're not, but OK, let's see. Next up, why was hashtag Left Shark trending after this year's Super Bowl?
Oh!
That didn't match up.
I'm not sure that that's clear.
No, I'm not sure it is either.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but we've discussed it.
For our next question, it's over to musical maestro Josh Groban.
Hey, Jimmy. Now, I love coming to the UK, and I have some incredible memories of some very weird things here. And you and I are both, I think, obsessed with very strange things. Now, this year there was an unbelievable picture of a weasel that was taken by an amateur photographer in Essex. What was the weasel doing?
Yeah, that's hard.
Delete.
Oh, I don't. Let's not get into specifics.
All right, OK, let's...
Next up, Shabani, an 18-year-old gorilla from Japan, became an internet sensation this year. What I want to know is, what was so special about him?
How do you spell the name?
S-H-A-B-A-N-I.
I was thinking of another one.
Our mystical guesses are just proving to be hit after hit. It's incredible. I only did it as a cheap joke, but it seems like we've got it.
You got that magic?
Yeah.
All right, final question. Kylie Jenner inspired an online beauty craze this year that involved bottles, shot glasses, and these things. OK, and these.
What?
Is there any food in it?
No.
Is it like
You
that
do know.
ping-pong ball
I think I
thing
know.
they do in Thailand?
It is not, but I saw that in Thailand.
Were you entertained?
Oh, well, I beat her. She had a hell of a serve, but really no backhand. All right, so time for some answers. First up, Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg asked you what phrase is now used to mean come over to mine for sexy times.
James Joyce.
That was your...
I thought the question would be, who wrote Finnegan's Wake?
Well, you would have been right.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like an idiot.
Yeah, what's your other answer?
Get involved structurally.
So you would say to a lady in a bar...
Let's get involved structurally.
Can I just say that would totally work for me? I can't now even look at them.
Did you get this, Rob?
We
Joe?
put Netflix and chill.
OK, Claudia, Dave?
That is also what we have written down.
Is that correct?
Yes, that's the right answer.
Yeah.
You would say, what are we going to do tonight? Just, you know, Netflix and chill.
Within the last 7 days, my friend of 20 years, Gavin, has invited me round to watch Netflix.
Yeah.
He's a father of 3, and I'm godfather to one of his daughters, but he was saying, do you want to come round to my house and I'll fuck you?
Is that what you're saying?
Did he say chill?
No, he didn't mention
I mean,
chill.
chill, I think
So presumably, it's not even going to be a relaxing fuck.
I think Netflix on its own is just House of Cards. It's fine.
It's the and chill,
The chill.
that turns it... That removes the televisual aspect and introduces sexual intercourse.
Chill, that's not how... Well, it's not how I do it. Chill means let's have some noodles.
Yeah. After I've been pounded by a friend of 20 years.
I liked it in the old days when people used euphemisms that were a bit gentler, like they said, you know, so I met this guy once, he said, do you want to stay for breakfast, you know? And I went, oh, fuck it, let's have it now. And that was wrong, apparently.
And we're back to James Joyce, who was always playing with language. So...
No points for Richard and Greg.
Thank you.
No points for you, and points for you two for Netflix and chill. Well... OK, next I asked you why #LeftShark was trending this year after the Super Bowl. Did you get it?
Yep.
There was an act, I think it was Katy Perry, and maybe a rapper, and they had dancers dressed as sharks, and one of them danced badly.
Yeah, we've got a little
Katy Perry, backing dancers, shark, out of time, with a fin.
Very complete answer. Richard, Greg, what did you put in your Darren Brown column?
In the mystical column, we produced a longsword from his anus. I take it we won't be getting the point.
Not for that. What did you put on the other side?
Katy Perry dropped a ton of offal on stage.
Dropped a ton of offal. Is that like a...
No, that is literally... That's what it means. Stop looking for a euphemism. Maybe not a ton, maybe like 5.
Do you want to come round to my flat later and drop a ton of offal on me?
Let's take a look at a grown man dressed as a shark dancing out of time in front of 118 million people.
How do we know that it's not the right one that's getting it wrong?
Yes, the right one might have been adding lots of extra showy moves.
There are only 2 sharks, as far as I'm aware.
Well, let me just ask, David, how did you get the job? So points for Rob and Joe, and Claudia and David. No points for Richard and Greg. Josh asked you what the weasel was doing in the extraordinary photograph taken in Essex. What did you think?
Flying on woodpecker.
OK, what did you go for, Claudia, David?
We put riding a bird.
OK.
Was that, or is that piggyback?
Piggyback.
Those are the right answers, but what did you go for?
Saying, you fat shit.
And then your other answer is?
Riding a woodpecker.
Well, you all definitely get a point. You may get 2 points because it looks as if he might actually be saying that. Take a look. He's definitely whispering something in his ear.
Perhaps the weasel has misunderstood an offer to come round for Netflix and chill.
Points all round there.
Woohoo!
OK. Next up, I asked you what was special about Shabani, the gorilla from Japan.
This is a gorilla in Japan, in a zoo, and people noticed it was quite attractive. And they started taking photos of it, and it became what they call an internet sensation. It went viral.
Richard, Greg, what did you put?
Well, again, interesting how the mystical column can throw up results.
That sounds filthy.
Our answer was the gift of compassion.
OK, and what was your other answer?
Ian Brown impersonator.
Claudia, David?
Handsome, full stop, very full stop.
Well, let's take a look at the little fella, shall we? There he is. I mean, that is a handsome monkey. Let's take another shot. Sure, why not?
Totally hot.
And then this one, devastating.
He really is,
How
isn't
you doing?
he? He really is genuinely very good looking.
Yeah, it's a great looking ape, and he became an internet sensation in Japan with
just
everyone
looks
calling
like
him
any
Hot
other
Guy.
ape to
No, but
me.
I don't
What
think
do
he
you
does,
think?
Joe.
No,
I think there's
he's super
something
handsome.
about him.
I don't think it's what he looks like. I think it's the confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the way he's...
No, give it its compassion.
Do you think it's compassion?
No, I think it's arrogance. It's a touch of arrogance with a fuzzy back, which I love.
Finally, I asked you what online craze was inspired by Kylie Jenner that involved bottles, shot glasses, and these.
Lip plumping.
And what did you put, Greg, Richard? What did you write? Sorry?
We put bad dong.
Why did you write bad dong?
In which column did you put bad dong?
It's in the mystical column. I haven't used the word dong since I was 13. I'm so delighted to use it again on national television.
And then we put giant red face.
Giant red face? Well, you're pretty close. Claudia, David?
Full mouth.
Full mouth. As in, you know,
Why
a
are you
full...
frowning?
As in plump lips rather than you've got loads of pie in your mouth.
Yes, I think, yeah, full mouth. That can often be caused by a bad dong. OK, so these things were indeed used to for lip plumping. No point for Richard and Greg. Points to Claudia and David and Joe and Rob.
How do I do it? Do you want to have a go?
As far as I know, I think your top lip goes in that one. I'm not really sure. I think you do that.
And then what?
I don't know. You stick it on your face and then you can kind of pump it up and then you've got to leave it on there 30 seconds, I think, apparently.
You certainly... Your mouth does look different. Immediately.
You look like that gorilla.
Bad dong.
Oh, God, ow!
Did it hurt?
Yeah, it sort of bit me.
Can I ask you, how's the grip?
Well, it's not great. And I wonder whether my beard... This must be a problem a lot of women have. That my beard is preventing the suction from forming.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's really hard.
How's that?
Yeah, gorgeous.
Really attractive.
So some people tried it with shot glasses, which is very dangerous. Don't do that at home. Take a look.
Oh, my God.
That's some bad dong right there.
OK, now it's time for the part of the show where I introduce a mystery guest. All you have to do is guess who they are and how they made the news this year. Ladies and gentlemen, our mystery guest. Hello. How are you? Very nice to see you. Hello. OK, they're only going to ask yes or no questions.
Are you tonight's mystery guest?
Yes.
Very well answered.
Do you work in entertainment?
No.
Politics?
No.
Fashion?
Not work in it, but it's connected to.
Yes.
We could give a yes for that.
Connected to fashion?
Yes.
Did you invent a new item of clothing?
No.
Do you like kung fu movies?
Yes.
Greg, this is not an internet date.
Did you?
Did you invent a craze?
Jimmy, a craze happened because of you. Yeah. I mean, I think you did invent a craze.
Were you personally involved with the craze?
Yes.
Ronnie and Reggie?
Is the craze to do with an item of clothing?
Yes.
Right, let's find out what it is.
Is it women's clothing?
Yes.
Dress.
Lady.
Dress, I've got it! Dress!
OK, you've got to all write it down.
What?
Dress.
Write down what you think it is.
We don't know yet, we've just established.
You just said you've
dress.
got it. Let's just establish what we know. There was a dress, and this year it became very famous. The most famous dress.
You've blown it, Jimmy. You've just given the answer away like cheap rice.
We got it.
Yeah.
Famous.
OK, write down what you think it is. No more questions.
I don't know.
Oh,
yes.
That!
That's you, you clever creature.
OK.
Let's go to Rob and Joe first. What did you get?
We've got insert correct answer.
Can we just look at your faces as Richard and Greg tell you what the answer is?
A blue, blacky, gold dress optical illusion thing. Is it one or...
Well, tell them who you are and what happened.
Hello, my name is Cecilia Bleasdale, and I took the picture of that blue and black dress.
We've got the dress here, but if you look at it on the screen, are you looking on the screen?
Yeah.
So look at the screen. What colour do you see?
On the screen, it's gold and white, or taupe and white.
OK, so Rob Wright is wrong.
Wrong.
On the screen.
On the screen.
Are you seeing it? So who's seeing it? Who's seeing? Rob, are you seeing
I'm looking at another photograph of it on the screen. Not you holding it there, but somebody... And it's gold
That is
and
white
white.
and gold.
Does that look white and gold to you?
Yes, it
Yes.
does to
That
me
looks
as well.
blue and black.
What does that look like to you? What's that look like
I mean, to be honest, this is the whole
colours?
thing about
Green
this.
and red.
Host, are we all seeing the same thing on the
Did you
screen?
just call me host?
Yes. With a sense of incredulity as well. Are we seeing the same picture on our screen?
Yes, you are.
Can I come and have a look at David?
Yes.
You don't believe the screen is
No, I
real.
don't.
Claudia and
I think they're
are
looking
both-
at different
Are
ones.
both
This is some
literally
kind of
looking at the
bullshit.
same screen, and she says it's
That is white and
white
gold.
and gold. I say it's blue.
But this...
You say that's blue and black?
Can't be blue and black.
That's what, serious?
Yes, honestly.
That's not blue and
God. I mean,
I tell you what, Rob, pop in my brain and have a look.
This is serious.
That is white
Now,
and gold.
honestly, that looks blue and
This
black
is
to me.
incredible. Well, my respect for you has gone out of the window.
That's white
You've
and
still
gold.
got it.
Gold, yeah.
You seeing everyone sees that as white and gold apart from me.
No, I've never seen white and gold.
This is light
Yeah.
blue
Can I have
with
one
a
of your
kind of
sweets?
burnished gold.
Joe, you can't just come
Shall
over
I
and nick
tell
sweets.
you? Shall I tell you?
No,
Yeah,
fair
go,
enough,
you,
maybe you can.
yes, go on.
What happened was, I went out to look for this outfit. I went into a store. I took 3 photographs, sent them to my daughter in Scotland, and I said, what do you think? I like the 3rd one. And she said, oh, the white and gold one. I said, no, it's blue and black. And she said, Mum, that photograph you've sent me is white and gold. And from there, she shared it with her friends on Facebook.
What's the science behind it? Have we worked out why it is that we're seeing it differently?
Yes, it's written on the card, and goes on a bit. Let's leave it. Well, thanks so much for coming in. Let's see what that's done to the scores. So Richard and Greg have 18 points. Claudia and David have 21, but in the lead, Rob and Joe with 22 points. 1 minute slip into something more comfortable. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. The next round is all about the sporting highlights of 2015. Wayne Rooney broke Bobby Charlton's record to become England's all-time top goal scorer with an incredible 50 goals. Wayne will be delighted just as soon as someone can explain to him how many 50 is. There were arrests after allegations of corruption at FIFA. Suspicions were raised when FIFA awarded the World Cup to Qatar, a country so unsuited to hosting a football tournament, it's like holding Miss World in Islamic State.
I think I should point out that it's not Qatar, it's Qatar. Qatar is a build-up of mucus and phlegm, and nobody would want a World Cup there. Qatar Airways, Qatar.
All right, I'll do the gag again.
No, don't do it again.
Why not? Why wouldn't I do it again?
Because then I won't have my joke about the pronunciation.
OK. First up, Usain Bolt had another brilliant year, winning 3 golds at the World Athletics Championships in Beijing. But whilst he was celebrating winning the 200 metres, what unfortunate incident occurred? Next question. Controversial boxer Tyson Fury beat Vladimir Klitschko in order to become heavyweight champion of the world. What did he sing to his wife straight after the fight in front of 50,000 people?
Was it I'm getting married to Katie Hopkins?
Oh, if only.
I'd love that to happen.
Can you repeat the question, please, and go on to say the answer?
Next up, 7-year-old baseball fan Ethan Hall, there he is, made the news this year after his rendition of the Australian national anthem didn't go entirely according to plan. What disrupted his performance? So he was singing the Australian national anthem. It didn't go brilliantly, I've got to be honest with you. Next up, it's over to pop sensation Ollie Murs.
Hello, Jimmy. As you know, I'm a huge football fan, as is David Cameron, apparently. But what did he get wrong during a speech in Croydon that left football fans rather confused?
I think he's super cute. Edible.
What, Ollie Murs or David Cameron?
Ollie Murs.
We're all edible.
We're...
aren't we? I mean, we're basically meat.
Yeah.
You know, if it really came to it in this studio, it may do in about half an hour, you know. We turn on each other. I think you'll find we're all edible.
Can I vote we kill Greg and eat him? Because there'd be plenty to go round.
Yeah, I second.
It's not a nice meat, it's a fatty meat.
What's this? What meat are we talking about? Sorry?
We're discussing who we'd eat first. I mean, it's the ultimate submission, isn't it? There was that guy on the internet wanted to eat someone, that other guy on the internet wanted to be eaten.
Perfect match.
Yeah. They never made a romantic film out of it, though. I don't know why.
And finally, it's time for some Say What You See action. I'm going to show you a series of pictures that spell out a sporting story from the year. What is it?
This is enormous fun, by the way. I could do 50 of these.
Yeah, I think the whole quiz should be this.
Yeah.
It's so
I love
fun.
these.
Yeah.
Right, let's get some answers. OK, I asked you what happened to Usain Bolt while celebrating the 200-metre win at the World Championships. What did you all put?
He collided with a photographer or cameraman who was on one of those things that goes around and you have to alter your weight.
Segway.
A hoverboard type thing. He was on one of those.
What did you put, Claudia, David?
Knocked over by a cameraman on a Segway.
OK, Richard, Greg, I imagine you got this?
He produced a sword from his anus.
You're convinced that's going to come up?
I'm hoping. And then was hit by James Joyce on a Segway.
On a Segway.
Hit by James Joyce on a Segway. I mean, I'm tempted to... Should we take a look? Let's take a look at that moment.
He's a true pro. He checked his camera first.
Did he?
Yeah.
Let's see it again. Let's see if he checks his camera
first. I think he does.
OK. OK, there... Whoa!
Yes, checks the camera.
But he may have been checking that the camera hadn't fallen on a small child. Which would show him in a very different light, wouldn't it? He's thinking of public safety first.
Well, he's not thinking very hard of public safety, is he?
OK, so points all round there. I asked you what song Tyson Fury sang to his wife straight after winning the title fight.
Shout. Tears for Fears.
OK, Richard, Greg, what answer have you given?
Interesting.
Shout. Tears for
Fears.
Rob, Joe?
Great track from the 90s from Aerosmith, and it's Don't Wanna Miss a Thing. Traffic and Travel next.
The correct answer.
Can I say we also corrected ourselves and put that as the answer? Don't want to miss a thing.
All day.
Oh, you only bloody did, didn't you?
Did you?
You had a little bit of fun with Tears and Fears, and then you went straight for the Aerosmith.
We have the fun, we play the game. We have some fun, then we play the game.
I didn't want good
times.
I didn't have to sell my soul.
You didn't have to shout.
OK, I asked you what disrupted 7-year-old Ethan Hall's rendition of the Australian national anthem. Did you get this?
Yes. He was attacked by Enrique Iglesias' drone. Rogue drone.
I can tell you that is not correct. Claudia, David?
We put hiccups with both of the potential spellings.
We had a bit of a quandary as well as to how to spell it. I went with Joe's advice, meant for hiccups. But look what I did with the S, which is quite sweet. To represent a hiccups.
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't that
made it.
Adorable.
Yeah, P to the power of S.
P to the power of S. Come and have a look, Richard. What do you think?
Oh, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Australians all let us rejoice. We've got
If he'd have been in my tutor group, he wouldn't have had a break time free for a year. Wrecked my song, mate. Outrageous.
Ollie Mers wanted to know what David Cameron got wrong during a speech that left football fans confused. What did you put?
David Cameron has always professed to support Aston Villa.
Yes.
And the confusion was the kit, because they have similar kits, and he said West Ham by mistake.
Loves a bit of ham, doesn't he? Claudia, David, did you get this?
Yes.
Yes. It was which team... He forgot which team he supported. He said West Ham. It's Aston Villa.
It's quite sweet, really, isn't it? Because they're the same colour kit, aren't they? It's quite sweet.
It shows how his mind works clearly sort of on colours rather than words. Yeah. It's a bit of a... Bit of a fucking worry, really, isn't it?
Richard, Greg, did you get this?
Yep.
What have you actually written?
He said West Ham, not Aston Villa, or Bad Dong. That is the last time that... I can't speak for you, but I won't be saying Bad Dong again in the show.
You're right, you cannot speak for me.
I
can't promise.
Points all round. Finally, I asked you to say what you saw. What did you see?
This was tricky. Great Britain Church Snooker Spoon...
Snooker?
Snooker.
What are you trying to say?
Have you got a problem with that?
Welsh people say snooker. It's well known.
We say tooth instead of tooth. We say snooker.
What? Sorry, Rob, a lot of my relatives are Welsh and they don't say snooker.
They don't talk to you, Greg, so you wouldn't know. But no, the actual thing is Great Britain earns... what do we say for that? Davis Cup victory.
Did you get this?
Great Britain earns Davis Cup victory. Yeah. Well, what is that? The second one.
That's a Brit Award.
Great
Britain.
Great
Britain.
Great
Britain. Oh, so it's
Davis Cup victory.
We got it wrong then.
Great Britain's Davis Cup victory.
No, we got it.
So Richard and Greg got it absolutely right.
Yes.
Great Britain's Davis Cup victory.
Now is the time to show leadership, Jimmy.
Oh.
Now is the time.
Yeah.
Points all round.
Oh, that's a shame. No, because...
I thought you would be making a good decision, but
Yeah,
you made a bad dong.
Let's see how you're all doing. So I can tell you that Richard and Greg have 22, Claudia and David have 25. In the lead, Joe and Rob with 27.
Yay.
We'll be back soon with some more quizzing action. See you then. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. This round is all about the famous faces that made the news in 2015. Kim and Kanye had another baby. People mocked them for naming it Saint West. But to be fair, Rose and Fred would have been weirder choices. Donald Trump is running for president. This year, Trump insulted Muslims, Londoners, Mexicans, women and the disabled. The only way it could have caused more offence is if he'd fisted the corpse of Cecil the Lion. Some questions about people, everyone. For our first question, it's over to Katie Price.
Hi, Jimmy. Now, I've been in the tabloids wearing some proper risque outfits in my time, but this year, disgraced peer Lord Saul beat me at my own game. He appeared on the front pages of the tabloids after he was secretly filmed getting up to no good. But what unusual outfit was he pictured wearing?
So, Lord Saul was pictured wearing something on the front of the tabloids. What was it? Oh, there he is there. I mean, it wasn't that. That's not the photo they went with for the cover of the tabloids. Which is a shame, because he looks rather lovely there. OK, next question. Shia LaBeouf has had another incredible year. Here he is, motivating the masses.
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. What are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it! Stop giving up.
Just do it. Don't give in. Maybe it's difficult and you can't be bothered. Fuck it.
I could see you doing a nice English version of that. Yeah. Would you mind? Would you mind doing it?
By all means. Have a pop.
Please do.
Accept failure gracefully.
So the question is, Shire filmed himself doing something for 3 days straight without going to bed. What was it? Next up, what did The Edge, Madonna and Dave Grohl all have in common this year?
Ah, yes.
The Edge, that's Madonna, that's Dave Grohl. They all did something this year. What was it? I think David Mitchell will get this without your help. Thank you very much, Claudia. He really knows what's going on. Next up, we're over to one of the world's finest thespians, Charles Dance, who's reading an extract from a novel of 2015, penned by a much-loved star. What I want to know is, who is the mystery author? Over to you, Charles.
Oh. Eliza and Ezra rolled together into the one giggling snowball of full-figured copulation, screaming and shouting as they playfully bit and pulled at each other in a dangerous and clamorous roller coaster coil of sexually violent rotation, with Eliza's breasts barrel-rolled across Ezra's howling mouth and the pained frenzy of his bulbous salutation extenuating his excitement as it whacked and smacked its way into every muscle of Eliza's body, except for the otherwise central zone.
Are you all ready for some answers? Have you all got something?
Yeah, we're all good to go.
Oh, fabulous. OK. So, Katie Price asked you what disgraced peer Lord Sewell was pictured wearing on the front of the tabloids. What did you all put? Let's go with you. Claudia, David, what did you say?
Stocking suspenders.
Bra. Not normal clothes.
Not the regular.
No.
Not a suit.
Rob and Joe, you've gone for?
We said pink
bra,
bra,
we
although
went
some
for.
people thought it was blue and black.
OK, let's go to Greg and Richard.
We're going for big points in this round. Let's go with the facts. Orange bra, leather jacket, double denim, miniature ankle bracelets.
Well, I can tell you, Richard and Greg have got it absolutely right. It's an orange bra and leather jacket. Here he is.
Yes.
Wow! What a tool.
So points for Richard and Greg then. Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't you? Very well played. Next answer, I asked you what Shia LaBeouf did for 3 days straight. What was it?
He watched all his movies back to back and filmed him watching them, I think, on a live stream.
What did you get, Richard? Greg?
Yeah, watching his own films.
Watching all his films.
You're absolutely right. Points all round. So here he is watching Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Here he is watching Transformers 1. And here's Transformers 2. All right. Next, I asked you what Madonna, The Edge and Dave Grohl had in common this year.
Did a quite nice job here with the answer. Look what I did. Stage to signify the falling. The letters go down and two arrows.
Nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Yes, nice. Nice. It's fun.
OK, Richard, Greg, what have you got?
We gave two answers. They fell off stage or they were involved in the Hatton Garden heist.
That's nice. That reminds me of what you said earlier. You're playing the game and you're having some fun.
Having some fun.
Yeah.
Bit of fun. We all got that right. Why don't we treat ourselves to a little look at Madonna at the Brits, suffering a dramatic wardrobe malfunction. I mean, fair play, she gets up again like a trooper.
Yeah.
What she needs is Velcro.
Velcro.
Yes.
The poor woman's got to undo a double knot one-handed.
I think they've all had so much work done that we don't know how old they really are.
She's not old. I mean, she's 57, but she's got the body of a man half that age. Charles Dance was reading a beautiful passage from a novel that came out this year. Who was the author?
Morrissey.
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 What was the name of the book, Richard?
Bad Dong. By Morrissey and Ollie Murs.
Let's go back to Charles to find the answer.
That was an extract taken from List of the Lost by Morrissey. Eliza's breast barrel-rolled across Ezra's howling mouth. Barrel-rolled?
If they barrel rolled, it does suggest they detached. Which would be terrifying, wouldn't it? No matter how much you were in the moment.
Why didn't he just put they had sex? That's what you need for the story.
I think the word count came into play.
Well, you just then have put in another murder. I don't know. But, you know...
Netflix
They had sex and then there was another murder.
And then there was another murder. Who did that? They didn't know yet. Let's go and look for some clues, they said, putting their pants on.
David Mitchell, not the writer. The other one. OK, points all round there for Morrissey. Well, now it's time for a very special guest, this year's winner of the Great British Bake Off. It's Nadia Hussain.
I love you. Hi.
Mince pies, did you...
No.
You didn't bake them?
I'm so busy these days, I just employed Mr. Hollywood to make them for me.
Mr. Hollywood? It's more like Mr. Kipling, if I'm absolutely honest.
He's less busy, so, yeah.
Should we have some mince pies? Yeah, let's give everyone a mince pie. Why not?
I didn't make them, by
Can't
the way.
believe our luck.
So if you have horrible things to say, I don't care.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Thank you very much.
You're my favourite ever winner.
Oh, thank you.
Can I touch you? Is that weird?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're very excited that you're here, the winner of Bake Off. I mean, come on. What are you baking now? What are you up to now?
Busy. Really busy. I'm writing a book, and
Ooh.
yeah, lots of.
David could help you with that. If you get stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Books need short sex scenes and long murders. That's just me.
That's that's a whole new genre of cookbook.
Nobody's ever tried a whodunit recipe book.
Yeah.
It's a very good idea. So there's a book. What's the book going to be called?
I don't actually have a name yet.
Throw the ingredients together, cook the fucker.
That's what we're having.
OK, you've got a question for us. Go on, what's the question?
So my favourite pastime is, of course, baking. This year, it was revealed the new Labour leader, Jeremy Corbyn, has a rather unusual hobby. But can you tell me what it is?
OK, write down your answers. What is Jeremy Corbyn's unusual hobby? It's pretty outlandish.
I'm going to have another of these for sugar.
We're loving them. OK, so have we all got something down for this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you all put?
His interest is manhole covers, and specifically, he likes to photograph them if he sees them.
OK. Richard, Greg, did you get this?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, same thing.
Sorry, the mince pies really seem to have distracted you.
I put years of work into ruining this body. You... So what you want? Pie, anyone?
Claudia, David, did you get anything?
Yeah.
What did you get?
Yeah. Taking photographs of manhole covers.
Is that the right answer?
It is. Jeremy Corbyn's hobby is taking photos of manhole covers.
It's very close to my hobby, which is taking pictures of manholes. Not all of them.
Men's anuses.
Just such a weird hobby.
Do you get their permission?
OK, let's have a quick look and see what that's done to the scores. So, Richard and Greg have 27. Claudia and David have 29. Rob and Joe are in the lead with 31 as we go into the final part of the Big Fat Quiz of the year. Once again, please give it up for Nadia, the winner of Bake Off. Welcome back to the final part of the Big Fat Quiz. This round is all about the talking points and water cooler moments that define 2015. The Sun newspaper finally dropped page 3. Women on page 3 are now covered up and do the photo shoot in their bra and pants. It looks like every day they're reporting a story about someone forgetting their PE kit. In October, it was reported eating processed meats was as bad as smoking, which is tough on me, as I've had to switch to salami patches and vaping on an e-sausage. Right, let's have some questions. Take a look at these photos of Hollywood heartthrobs Leonardo DiCaprio, Vin Diesel and Chris Pratt, All of them are sporting 2015's must-have male physique. What was it called?
Oh. Oh, yes.
Should be easy. Just look down, Greg. By any chance, Richard and Greg, have you written bad dong?
I just said to Richard in the last break, I just said, I actually think I've gone through it now and I don't find bad dong funny anymore. but I still do find it.
Now, take a look at this footage of Australian politician Barnaby Joyce. My question is simple. What on earth is he talking about?
Start letting movie stars, even though they've been the sexiest man alive twice, to come into our nation, then why don't we just break the laws for everybody? So it's time that Pistol and Boo buggered off back to the United States.
OK, that was Barnaby Joyce, still clearly upset about missing out on the Sexiest Man Alive title twice. What on earth was he talking about?
We know.
Yes!
For our next question, it's over to the culinary wizard, Heston Blumenthal.
Hello, Jimmy. Now, as you know, I'm not the world's greatest shopper. So when I do go shopping, I'm always on the lookout for unusual ingredients. But what new law, described by the media as being potentially chaotic, could be avoided by purchasing a live fish, an axe, or a handful of loose seeds?
Tax could be avoided by purchasing what?
There was a tax, and you could avoid it if you purchased a live fish, an axe, or a handful of loose seeds.
Oh, you know, you are right. Yes, yeah, you've got it.
Move
All
on.
Fine.
And finally, a law passed in 1835 that banned willfully leading or driving any horse, ass, sheep, mule, swine, cattle or carriage of any description or any truck or sled on a footpath led to banning what popular fad this year? Banning fads.
Banning fads.
There's a grown man with a mortgage there. Bad dog.
This could be the first
Grown man, literally a grown man.
Yeah, it's over.
I've not said a word. I've not said bad dog.
No, but I
This joke has got legs like you would not believe. This is like a millipede, this joke. It's all legs.
I genuinely feel like I'm going to go insane. OK.
All right, so I showed you these pictures of Hollywood heartthrobs. Leonardo DiCaprio, Vin Diesel and Chris Pratt sporting the physique of the year. What was it called? I'm going to go to you, Greg Davis. What did you write, Greg?
We thought... Well, it's dad bod, but we did an anagram of it first.
Bad dog. It's a bad dog look. As you can see, they all...
Bad dog, dad bod.
They've all got a bad dong situation here.
They've got dad bods, but they've probably got bad dogs.
Well, what did you put, Joe, Rob?
Yeah, dad bod.
Dad bod.
OK, and Claudia,
Yeah.
David?
Dad bod.
Well, I can tell you the answer was bad dong. Bad dong. That was, of course, points all round, dad bod. OK, next I showed you some footage of an Australian MP. What on earth was he talking about?
Johnny Depp's puppies.
Johnny Depp's dogs.
But let's go to Greg Davis, who's going to tell us what he wrote.
Well, I wrote the second half of this. I wrote Johnny Depp's dogs.
That's not your handwriting.
What was he talking about there?
Jeremy Clarkson's bad dong.
Johnny Depp's dogs is our answer.
OK, let's find out.
The next issue, which is a gentleman by the name of John Christopher Depp, 51 years old, otherwise a.k.a. Jack Sparrow. And he's decided to bring to our nation 2 dogs without actually getting the proper certification and the proper permits required.
So the answer was yes, Johnny Depp's dogs. Pistol and Boo, who'd been smuggled into Australia illegally. For our next question, Heston wanted to know what tax could be avoided by buying a live fish, an axe or a handful of loose seeds. We go straight to Richard Iowadi and Greg. Greg?
It was the 5p bag charge.
Otherwise known as the bad dong tax.
Bad dong tax. 5p. It's the bag charge, Jimmy. 5 pence.
But if you buy seeds or an axe or fresh fish, you get a bag.
You get a bag for free. Rob, Joe?
Carrier bag tax.
You're all absolutely right. It was the 5p charge for carrier bags. OK, next I asked you what popular fad was banned this year after a law from 1835 was invoked. What did you think it was?
It was the Segway or Swegway. You're not allowed to ride them in public places.
The Swegway is
Yes.
absolutely right. Did you get...
Segway/hoverboard.
OK, and Richard and Greg, did you get it?
No, we got Netflix and chill, bad donging. So sorry to everybody involved in the last part of this show.
I regret nothing.
OK, so points there for Rob and Joe, points there for Claudia and David, and no points for the Netflix and chill bad donging. Let's take a look at the scores. I can tell you that Richard Irewhite and Greg Davis have 30 points, Claudia Winkleman, David Mitchell have 33, Rob and Joe have 35. Final thing we have, the big fat question. I'm looking for 3 things. There's a point for each, and if you get all 3, I'll give you a bonus 5 points.
No, so we're still in the game despite being so profoundly shit all the way through.
So what I want to know is the highest grossing film in the UK this year, and because Star Wars has only just come out and it's clearly going to be massive, we're not counting Star Wars.
OK.
So not Star Wars, biggest film in the UK this year.
Got it.
OK? All right, write it down.
Tick.
Next question. The biggest selling album of the year. Couldn't be easier. It's huge. Biggest selling album of the year. Even David Mitchell will get this.
Already?
I don't know.
And finally, the most watched TV show this year. Most watched TV show.
Oh.
I'm going with Richard's suggestion. Bang.
I'm so nervous I could be sick.
First off, the highest grossing film of the year. Rob, Joe, what did you put?
Is it Spectre?
What did you go for, Richard, Greg?
Spectre.
What did you go for, Claudia and David?
Spectre.
I can tell you, you're all right. That's the highest grossing movie of the year.
Great.
Well done.
The biggest album of the year, by some margin, I would add. Rob and Joe?
25 by Adele.
What did you put, Richard, Greg?
I wanted to say 25 by Adele, but unfortunately we had a little bit of bad dong, and we've gone for Double X by Ed Sheeran.
Because I feel that the Adele album came out quite recently.
What did you go for?
Taylor Swift, 1989.
We actually
not
crossed
even
out Adele
close.
25.
Adele 25 was the best-selling album. Most watched TV show of the year. What did you go for, Richard and Greg?
Downton Abbey.
Rob, Joe, what did you put?
The Great British Bake Off.
OK, Claudia, David, what did you go for?
Bake Off.
I can tell you the Great British Bake Off was the most watched TV show this year. 14 million viewers. So you get 2 points, Claudia and David. Richard and Greg, you get 1 point. And Rob and Joe, you get 3 points, plus 5, because you got them all right. That is your lot. Time to add up your scores. Here's how the teams did. Richard and Greg are in 3rd place with 31. Claudia and David have 35. Rob and Joe are the winners with 43 points. Rob and Joe Greg, you are the winners of the Big Fat Quiz of the Year 2015. Big thank you to our amazing panel, all of our special guests, and thanks for watching at home. Don't forget to tune in to the all-new Big Fat Quiz of Everything on the 5th of January, where Richard and I will be joined by Noel Fielding, Jack Whitehall, Mel Gittridge, Chelsea Breathy and Jonathan Ross. This has been the Big Fat Quiz of the Year. Good night.